Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode of... Yeah, so I wasn't entirely sure if I was going to stream today or not. Mostly because I thought, well, okay, I have so many things I'm trying to prepare. There's like the audition video that I actually finished that's going to premiere in about like 15 minutes over the top of this, which, is good timing on my part. Shows how much decision how much decision making I've been doing recently. There's also an upcoming song. I also said that not only have I been preparing basically after like the teacher I'm with this week told me like last minute what to prepare, I've been like going on a day-by-day basis. I also asked like the teacher from next week to give me the information early so that I could because actually this is why this is all relevant. I'm telling you all this because I'll be away for the weekend and possibly Friday as well because since my birthday is on Sunday, I believe, my parents are actually coming over to visit, and we're going to do things and see places. So while I'm doing things and seeing places, I was like, okay, do I want to have like the MLP review to like, as backup? I talked with KW about that. We're going to maybe arrange for that sometime, maybe not. I'll be streaming tomorrow. I will stream tomorrow because that's tomorrow's the edits video. I promised Aiden I would do that. So there will be a stream of some variety tomorrow. So yeah, robbing us of a birthday stream, you fiend. Yeah, honestly, yeah. I mean, I did turning 19 on live stream. It's if I can, I might do like a turning 25 while streaming live or something like that because the rhyme appeals to me. But it depends because I might be in a hotel room at that point. I don't actually know. Also, I guess. Yeah. Oh wait, no, just do it by my time zone. Yeah, I was gonna say it wouldn't make much of a difference anyway. Okay, Tamsin wanted the link. Yeah. Again, I mentioned all this because I was like, okay, do I want to stream tonight? Do I want to like just prepare like the music video and like do a bunch of like other stuff? And what kind of swayed things is actually the video that Jazzxy dropped about me today. If people haven't seen the Jazzxy video, it was like a hugely like flattering, I guess response to the reaction, which I sent to Tamsin because she was in this and is also here right now, so kind of
hello.
Yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to like mention that briefly. It's like, okay, if there's any day to review something, it is today. And of course, there's like, okay, fine. Well, I'm going to start. I'm not going to wait until the usual time. I'm going to start early or early-ish, I suppose. Not really too early anymore. Which is just as well because this video, to my surprise, is 34 minutes long.
Yeah, I hope you're ready.
This is a Disco Pops episode. I don't know if I am ready or not. That is the thing. Yeah.
I
am. Mm-hmm. Also, yes, you can join the chat. Well, I assume that you've watched this already, haven't you? Like you normally catch these, on release day.
Yeah, I normally do.
Yeah, 34. Oh god. Yeah, I mean you say that, but actually this could be a good thing. Because I've long said that one of the biggest issues that Disco Pops has run into in the past, especially the distant past, less so nowadays, but still to some degree sometimes, is the short running time in combination with the large cast. So there is a chance that now with the longer running time, we're going to be able to get a bit more, actual character work, individual moments, better pacing with the cast that we have. However, the title does say Disco and Super Pops, which does suggest that we're going to have, the large cast of 4 to 5 Super Pops any given time. And of course, Paper Pop is in this as well. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe the cast, maybe the runtime was extended in order to like meet the demand of the larger cast, or it was extended beyond what that would mean. I don't actually know. That's why I'm saying, this could go either way. Not trying to provoke any hopes, there's that is that there's a possibility, but there's also a possibility that it will not be. We shall see. But in 34 minutes, I would be surprised if there isn't like, 1 or 2 moments at least that are gonna like, be like potent scenes in this. There have to be. Aside from the musical number, which we'll get to. Jonny kind of spoiled that one, but I will address that when we get to the actual part in the episode. So yeah. Strike Back Sadness 2 runtime. This is not Strike Back Sadness 2. I don't think Jonny is touching Strike Back ever again in his life.
No. Nor do I.
Yeah, he's not striking back on that idea. Anyway, further ado, on with.
Oh yeah, I
don't recall this intro.
I made the intro.
I was gonna say, yeah, this is a new intro, isn't it?
Yep.
It's pretty good so far.
But I made some mistakes.
With disco music as well.
I shouldn't include Kim in the intro. Jonny told me.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, just like one like strange character named Kim. Yeah, I don't know why we've seen her before. No, but actually, honestly, this intro is very you because it's reminiscent of the intros you do for your series with like the backgrounds being the same color as the color scheme of the main characters.
Yeah.
But also like you actually did manage to change it to a disco music track, so it was somewhat adapted. What I think would have made this even better is if they were actually like dancing like some disco moves or something like back and forth.
Oh.
But then again, I don't know if there's like enough dance poses in Gacha to account for that.
I was trying to find some cool disco music, and I just found the one.
Yeah, I mean, the music itself definitely works here.
Thanks.
I would have let the pop forms be on screen for a bit longer than that because they're only on for like half a second. Less than that. Snap Pop has gone into Snap, literally. Oh yeah. I think it was Eli who mentioned this, that she was scrolling through like different like sound effects on this random website and stumbled by pure coincidence across the teleportation sound effect from the actual Super Pops like series from the source material, which of course meant that everyone on the server requested they receive that for themselves, so therefore I also have it. But it's the and I guess Jonny does too.
I end up using the sound as well.
Yeah. Anyway, hey Majesty, you wanted to see us? It sounded urgent. Does it have anything to do with my sister? I mean, that is a bold assumption here, given that you have no context for why you're even present, and this is the first scene. But Majesty. I don't know if that's like a Majesty or Majesty.
Wait, Majesty, I missed you. I mean, it's like that.
Yeah, it has been a while since we've seen her. In like Super Pops, Darcy gets invited like all of the Darcy takes part in like the group hangouts a lot of the time, but I guess with like so many pop groups, she's just doesn't she's it does answer my question, yes. She's distanced herself is what I was going to say. Anyways, hello ladies. Yes, this does have something to do with paper snap.
What?
I don't know. I pressed I unpaused it. It just doesn't have any music for right now. Just like it lingered for a while. Maybe that's why this video is 34 minutes long. The images linger for longer. I hope that's not the case.
I forgot to mention this is a silent episode, so with no music all the way through, apart from the music video.
That is a surprising downgrade from Jonny, because that's one of the things that he normally does quite well is, put the music in. For a show that's music themed, it makes perfect sense. I don't know. So you've got Valentine. Oh, you put a Valentine's question. Okay. Where is the Valentine's question?
Ooh, Valentine's question. Ooh, nice.
I don't know. I don't see any like comment from Bond that has the word Valentine's in it or anything relating to it. Anyway, yeah. So she's on a special mission. Actually, this suggests to me that Jonny has recently rewatched Super Pops because in that show, whenever one of the actors wasn't around, they would say they're on a special mission. They would acknowledge that in the actual episode. Or sometimes there was like an actually genuine like the character returned, but they still like had a couple of scenes where they were like looking for like specific things. So actually, yeah, that idea was probably fresh in his mind from there, and also the idea to include the Super Pops themselves most likely came from that rewatch. Which, yeah, I mean, I do appreciate when that the idea for the rewatch, because there's actually a lot of things that the franchise hasn't adapted from the TV series. That I kind of like really sorely miss. Like a lot of like the extended lore that they kind of like made up episode after episode was actually kind of like fascinating. I'd love to see that return. Not to say that the stuff that they added wasn't, good as a replacement. It's just that, there's a lot of like missed potential that fans can pick up on in anything, and that doesn't seem to always be the case. So who knows? Maybe the special mission has something to do with that. I don't know. And no, I don't see it. I have no idea.
Also, we got 2 people in the chat right now, Eli and Fox.
We also have Josh and Bond. Don't forget that.
Oh,
and Gotcha Springboy just joined right now. Yeah, so we've got a few more. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Speaking of Fox, by the way, remember I need the lines from you. Don't forget. But yes, Eli's also here.
Enjoy the silent episode, everyone, with no music.
Yay. Well, not exactly. There's something I've been meaning to tell you, girls. So what's wrong? You're acting sus, and now we're back into Disco Pops mode. To be fair, I'll charge my phone shortly. You can plug in your phone and still use it without having to move away from it. That's an option,
Yeah.
This may be hard to believe, Snap, but Paper isn't actually your twin sister. She was actually a drawing that I made when I was doing your self-portrait, and then through magic actually came to life, because that's an actual part of the lore, by the way. Art class in Avalonia means that you can draw stuff and actually does come to life. That is canon. Yes, magic. I drew your painting and it came to life. That's why she's Paper Pop. She rose from the paper that I was painting on.
She can make papers.
Oh, well, wait. I think Bomb was not aware of this. Actually, draw me and you. I mean, that would explain why my personality is so different in your parody. But I don't know. Anyway, what's the actual reason? Wait, what? It's true. While you were born on the same day, Paper is actually a princess. Okay.
Wow.
This actually happened in a book series that I really liked reading. I think it's the one that I read after Lord of the Rings, actually. Like I just do like one book series at a time. Like it was Harry Potter, then Lord of the Rings, then Septimus Heap in that order. And then Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy was kind of where I like trailed off into like, just a bunch of stuff. Yeah. You can be a twin and a princess. By gacha rules, that is definitely the case, because the hated child videos from back in the day certainly suggest that for some reason, a twin that was, we see pretty much from birth somehow had different parentage that was only discovered later on as a lost princess of sorts, and that never gets explained because that's always the end of the video. So we just get out there. We're done. We leave. Video over. Wouldn't that make me a princess too, Snapbot? Well, I mean, again, that depends on if the suggestion is that there's like different parentage. So Snap Pop being not actually the twin sister of Paper Pop would actually not have that. Yeah, Paper Pop has like two others. She's actually a triplet. Rock Pop and Scissor Pop are her actual biological triplets.
Ooh.
Yeah. She came from the land of Thesta. So what happened? And how come my family didn't tell me this? Well, much like Electra, there was a civil war in Thesta against the Force of the Inferno. The Force of the Inferno, remember, is the group that Jonny coined last episode. So they're not they're part of the franchise, but actually, Electra Pop did in fact. This was a reveal that she was a princess, like sometime through season 4, I think, if I remember correctly. So yeah, again, Jonny definitely rewatched a lot of Tony TV very recently. Rock Pop and Scissor Pop. Yeah, I'm glad someone got that. As well as this villain named Galvanax. Not to be confused with his cousin Vilgax. Galvanax, as in the champion of Galaxy Warriors who wanted the Ninja Power Stars? That was the thing that happened in something, I guess. Correct. So your parents and cousin, Pull and Snap, were involved in this case. Wait, hold on. Snap was involved? Wasn't Snap like... How long ago was this? Because if she doesn't remember, that suggests that they were like together since, like really early childhood or possibly birth. So, like, huh? Mad exposition. Honestly, yeah, even in the source material, she does go into exposition territory quite a lot. She is the fountain of knowledge for them. So, yeah, this is this is not effective, but it is accurate. The Force of the Inferno was after Princess Molly, or as you know her, Paper. Is that hit Gatchavir Jacob Butter? Yes. And I was just saying before that actually I was considering like I'm like very busy this week particularly. I was considering like doing like backups for like other stuff for the weekend rather than like do a review today. But I thought I can't watch I can't watch a tribute video to one of my reviews and not get like pumped to do a review like on the very next day. So here I am, or the very same day, because I watched it today. Anyway. Yeah, thanks again for making that.
Yeah, thanks for sending me the video.
Yeah, I sent it to Tamsin. Yeah. All right. So her mother, Queen Alexandra, have asked the Ninja Steel Power Rangers to take Power Rangers. I said that wrong. Power Rangers to take care of her. See, this is the thing. So in Jonny's other series, Ballroom Pops, the one that I don't think this still hasn't been rebooted actually since the whole town deletion. But ironically enough, another blue pop from that particular group was also revealed to be a princess herself, and she was the last survivor, aside from like one maid, I think, of her kingdom, which was destroyed by Flame Ninjas because he hadn't thought of Foes of Inferno by then. It was actually the Flame Ninjas from Power Rangers. So, yeah, I don't know. Got the stream to... Oh no. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting seeing that come back again. Yeah. So yeah, Power Rangers Samurai, I suppose. Yeah. Samurai versus ninjas. That makes sense. Yeah. But yeah, so that's why Power Rangers have been canon to the franchise since that point. Then again, the only person who's referenced them ever is Jonny. So given the reboot nature, they could have been decanonized, but I guess they're not. So, all right. So your cousin Preston, Snap took Paper to your what? So your cousin Preston, Snap took Paper to your family.
What?
Oh, I think it's meant to be like another combat. So your cousin Preston, Snap, took Paper to your family. Still, because he's been talking to Snap this whole time, so I thought she was like referencing that, but like, I don't know. I'll make a review video longer for you, trust, and of course, yeah, well, the chat and the guests always do that for sure. Yeah, like that's why I have a 2-person limit rule on VC, apart from if the creator is here, because otherwise, like the reviews take like forever. Yeah, I had a brain be trying to read that sentence. Yeah, she's been in space for too long. You see, she's got the space madness. I can't believe after all this time, my so-called twin sister wasn't really my sister. Do I have a server, perchance? Why, yes, I do. And I have, in fact, multiple servers, one of which I literally made today. and anyone who hasn't, because you're here, so basically, like 4 minutes ago, a video went live or premiered, and about like auditions for the Chiimation project I mentioned before, but also the auditions for like the final the final mutant girl character to be recast for this next remake. So both of those are available now, and they're both in that description of that video. So the one that says Chiimation in it, that's the those are 2 servers. I have more, but some of them like, you know, production and other stuff. So yeah. You'd love to join. Well, fair enough. It's yeah. You were considering auditioning. Perfect. Fantastic. Yeah. Most said BB isn't my sister, but you don't see me whining about it. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that you would want BB as a sister, considering the history that you 2 have. But fair enough. And yes, this absolutely is a shock to her. You know, like normally I would complain that she's repeating the same line like back again, but this does actually happen. You know, that when people receive a shock, they have to like process it, like verbalize it for themselves. I mean, even even example like Avatar: The Last Airbender, for example, when like Aang found out about him being frozen in the iceberg for 100 years, he like sat down and went like 100 years. Like that was his first thing. He ever had to repeat himself 100 years. But yeah, Auntie very have his very sibling coded. Yeah, you're gonna replace Shorty just based on inactivity alone. I wish Shorty were around as well, because actually, you know, considering the similar between like you and BB, I guess, and also BB and Shorty, that would be that would be a terrible trio for sure. More so than rock, paper, and scissors pop. Majesty, incoming transition from Queen Alexandra of Thesta. Oh, what remarkable timing! We were just talking about her. I assume this was planned. That's why she mentioned this now, because she knew she was going to get the call. Yeah, all right then. Oh, never mind. It's a coincidence. Never mind. I gave it the benefit of the doubt, and I was shut down immediately. Okay then. What a coincidence! Go ahead and play it, Celeste. Oh, okay. All right. So we have a hologram image. You know what would have helped this? We have the tint, and we have actually wait, no, this probably isn't a different layer. I think this is actually still in Gacha itself. I would have said like have like the background effects, the same ones that you have for the teleporting. You can put like behind a person. The same way, if you're trying to go like the Star Wars hologram look, you need to have like the light projecting from underneath. That would probably have have enhanced this. But as things stand, pretty decent visual. Maybe we could have done with like a bit like a switch on or something. Help me, Majesty 1 Kenabesti. Wow, you're my only hope. Do you know? Do you know somebody called Majesty 1 Kenabesti?
No.
Not really, no. I've never heard that name in my life before. What's your name was Ben Kenabesti. That's a coincidence. No one's called Majesty 1 Kenabesti. That's a weird name. What are you talking about, Luke? Take the shot. I'm kidding. Okay. I need you and the Disco Pops to find her. Oh, there it is. There it is. Yep. You're my only hope. I mean, it's all. I mean, if Paper Pop herself had had this message, then it'd been the actual princess sending it. So yeah, there we go. Or I'm kind of that's Oracle powers. Yeah. I mean, it's an obvious reference, but you never know how far someone's gonna go. It's kind of like that one person who reviewed like the Star Wars content of, and like basically where like recount the fact that it's like basically like shot for shot remakes some of the time in gacha, but yet for some reason that person complains like, oh no, this is totally original. Yeah, of course it is. What if there's more of that actually? Again, so I said I was going to go back to old stuff in February, and then they got incredibly sidetracked. Well, I guess we're here. Discord is old, so yeah. Molly's in danger. We have to go find her immediately. I'll teleport you to the palace to start your search. Good luck, ladies. Yeah, see, they always do a search in these, even though usually the person will be like abducted magically. They don't really find like a trace of anything. But yeah. It happens. I always saw the old like stage background that Jonny used to have. That's how I used to like end all his videos, with like the longest intro I've seen since Ghost Kitty's old intro, which is saying a lot. Okay, another thing I appreciate here, actually, we've changed the background tint for, well, the background. I kind of like said that's kind of redundant. I did the same thing for Mange à l'Orange in Mutant Girl, so I guess similar idea. Because I mean, if you're not willing to go the route of custom backgrounds, like I know that Jonny is averse to doing to some degree. I can see why. Yeah, this is a good enough like alternative to that idea. Just mildly alter the ones that you've already used. Why not? It also gives the impression of like an ice palace of some kind. But I think it's meant to be just blue in general, because obviously Snap Pop here is wearing blue. Oh wait, no, she's not related to the crown, so I guess not. You know what? I don't actually know. These are not the pops you were looking for. This is not the palace you're supposed to be in. Yeah, anyway. It's kind of pretty. Okay, we need to be careful because no one besides the queen knows Molly's a disco pop. Wait, I thought Molly was the queen. Oh, wait, no, Princess Molly. Okay, now they're calling her Molly because I guess they're getting used to the name immediately. Okay, fair enough. But also, you just have to not mention. Like, here's the thing: even in the first Super Pops episode, they actually go over like the etiquette that they use, because whenever they're transformed, they always refer to each other by their pop names, and whenever they're detransformed, by their civilian names. Except in like rare exceptions where like they're talking about somebody and they're not there. That's one thing that like Camilla as the new pop got like chewed out for not adhering to, basically. So there is a process for this, and most pops, if they've been briefed properly, would know that. But then again, it seems like every group, as they get like progressively, more and more extensive, gets more and more. Each group gets more neglected by Majesty, so they don't even have like the oath that they did in the first episode that never came back in an episode after that. Missing for a cheap Asian thing. I like a voice that can't do variation but can scream and cry easy enough. That could definitely prove useful. I mean, this is a comedy, so hopefully there won't be too much screaming and crying, but there are fights and stuff that happen, so potentially. Also, again, Granny. I know you want to be able to audition for Granny Marwick, so that's the other thing as well to bear in mind for you specifically. Wait, then who's coming from over there? You must be my daughter's friends, the Disco Pops. Oh, I guess she does kind of know. All right, then. Correct, Your Majesty. I'm Bounce, and this is Snap, Pull, and Groove. The silence really does stand out when I like pause to read.
Yeah, it does.
Which of you led to the Ninja Steel Power Rangers then took care of my daughter? That would be me, Your Majesty. Also, how do you know that we became superheroes after that? That's huh? Anyway, don't worry. My family and I took really good care of her. In fact, we treated her as our own because I didn't know until now. I really hope we can find her and bring her home. To aid you on your journey, I'm sending Richard, a close friend of the royal family. I would love to help as much as I can, Pops. Just going like having an audition like what? Yes, it wouldn't be much of an audition if there weren't lines to audition with. I assume you mean like in the server. I have to put a character card in the server, but it is very much a thing that's there. Anyway, in case you need a bit more pop in your quest, I've also invited Flash Pop to help you. Okay. So Flash Pop is of course one of the super pops. So I guess maybe the title implies we're going to get to see them like one by one, maybe. Which I mean is a good way of doing it, probably, to rather than like just bombard us with all of them in one go, which is what usually happens in crossovers. Not even just like Jonny videos. But yeah, the musical server is like somewhat difficult to navigate. True.
How many servers do you have?
As of today, 5, I think, because I just made one for the for Sword on My Lawn.
Oh.
And in case, sorry, yeah, there we go. So I guess the Queen just knows the super pops because she said that she invited Flash Pop, not that Majesty sent Flash Pop to help. How does someone get in contact with any pop groups, honestly? Because that it seems like they go like through Majesty, but that's not really implied here. I don't know. I'm only in one.
But can I join the one that Blackboard's on?
I don't know which one that is. I forgot.
I don't know. Blackboard, tell us, please.
Yeah. The implication is that she's only in one of the 5 servers that was just mentioned. I assume it's probably. Let's see. Is it the? No, it's not. It's not. It's not GLVA. GLVA is dead anyway. I just use it now because like the bot allows me like an easy way to promote the video, the videos that I can then send to other people. That's why keep that one around. Yeah, you're into Particles and TMG. Yeah, because like the Mutant God has its own community server. That's the one that is most active. The Buttercorp one is specifically for production. So once you're like in a production that's in the Butterverse, you get invited to that one. That's why that one is not really usually promoted as much anymore. So okay, so you are in the Mutant Girl server. I just didn't see your name for some reason.
Can you send me the link, please?
To the Mutant Girl server? I mean,
yeah.
I suppose, yeah. I mean, do you watch the Mutant Girl? Because
I haven't seen it.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess one way to start that process is to hop on into the server. I mean, why the heck not? Okay, there we go.
Thank you.
Send you an invite. I also have a message from Mario Pants. Oh, Mario Pants asked if I happen to have a server. Yep, a few actually. Good grief. It was like it's all connected. I'm gonna imagine there's gonna be like a thing like, oh hey, one person gets invited, then suddenly like everyone has the link, so like a bunch of people just flood in. Oh my goodness. Also, blood voice and your body. Okay, good. Then the link is in the audition video. This happens a lot of the time with gacha auditions in general. They actually there's always people in the comment section. They'll be like, hey, I'd like to voice in your project. To which you say, good, follow the instructions I mentioned in the video and in the description, and you can do so. You don't need my permission, basically, after already going through what the logistics were. That's not just a me thing, by the way. That happens like most like audition videos I've seen. There are also some people as well that, you know, lament their setup or the fact they're not confident enough to audition, which is also something you can't really do much about, unfortunately. But hey, you know, they're comments, I suppose. What's the last one? Is it Minecraft related? Yeah. Oh, that would be Butter Nation, which is one that which is, you know, that one's if GLVA is dead, Butter Nation was like buried in the ground. It was basically like my attempt and from like BB and also and also the other the other like Butter Brother from like back in the day. That was like our attempt to follow in the footsteps of my girlfriend at the time, who had a server of her own that was like one that she kept like constantly active with like 200 people in it. That was like she really emphasized the idea of like doing like games activities like all the time, really like focusing on the Discord aspect of those things. And then also tried to do like a gacha series as well, but then like never actually went into it. So her purpose was like the opposite to mine, which is the case where like my server's like usually like fit for purpose about like the series. And then of course, like a year after that, people combine the two of them and like have like a huge like active server community on top of like masking the production of the series, to be honest. Kind of a bizarre like trend that happened since then, but basically it used to be half and half. So basically, Butter Nation was my attempt to do like the other half that Butter Corp was missing, which was the activities and like fun and games and stuff. But yeah, like honestly, I don't think it's really in me to maintain a server that isn't fit for purpose, that isn't production related. Because I mean, as long as you know people are around whenever like I post like an update that's an important one for, you know, for like the editors in the Mutant Gold community server, where I put like all of the where I have like a chat for them specifically, which is where like all the audio and the scene descriptions go. And obviously, like if people like submit lines on the Buttercorp one, like honestly, with that, I'm fine. You know, I've gone past the stage where I'm like, oh, I need like a huge, you know, like burst of like people in like all these servers. The exception is Mutant Gold community one, which is kind of like almost self-sustaining, but is also dwindles quite frequently because the Mutant Gold itself dwindles quite frequently in updates and posts. So yeah, that's why I have so many, and that's why only one of them is probably worth joining unless you're wanting to be part of a series. Yeah. You don't just use these because I'm not confident with my VA skills. I don't get many casting unless you're shardy and you don't tell me. Oh my goodness. See, see, you actually. I see, Bon. I mean, if like you had the perfect response to not getting cast in things actually, which is to cast yourself in a bunch of like multiple roles. It's like, fine, if no one wants to accept me here, then I'll do this. Kind of like me before like voice acting like took off in the gacha community, where I was typecast as people that like just sound like me, and I was like, oh well, I can do like other characters too. I'm more versatile than just this. It seems like I'm just being like relegated, and you know, again, typecast, which is what happens. So yeah, you know, want me? Fine, I want me. So that's partly why I then chose to cast myself as like the bit characters in Mutant Girl back in the day. Well, that's even to this day. Sometimes I still do that. It's also because like it's much more worthwhile doing that than just like having like one person come in and do like, you know, one line and then leave forever. That being said, Team 4-Star actually has the opposite approach. They actually favor in Hellsing Ultimate Abridged specifically. They got like cameos galore because there's so many like one-off characters that like say like only a few lines or something. So they got like anyone that they could from like the wide world of voice acting. And so they have like a very like impressive like roster of people that just like have like one thing of them going like ah or something like that. A little bit more. That's like they have like a sentence. So yeah, to each their own, I suppose. In gacha, I would definitely favor the approach of casting yourself as multiple roles because, you know, you're reducing the amount that you have to direct yourself because gacha projects are usually managed by one person, and that one person has a life to live and health to maintain. Your birthday, I'll make you a Kahoot. I'll make a Kahoot about you. Oh, So essentially, essentially do what I did for Aiden, but much more like succinct and actually properly, and not so reliant on Minecraft coding. Yeah, fair enough then. I would love to see that, and again, if I know it's going to happen, I will definitely make sure that I show up for that. Unlike Aiden, who found out that we had a thing prepared for his birthday, and then in the last second, like bailed on us, changed his mind, and so we had to like scrap it for like another year. So that by the time that we got around to actually doing it, I had to update the questions because one was like, "Oh yeah, question 1: How old is Aiden the best?" I was like, "Well, that's not accurate anymore." Anyway, if people want to know, that you can find that video. It's called "Who Knows Aiden the Best." That I think, yeah, I forget whose channel it's on. I think it's mine, but it could be Aiden's. It's like a game show with Harry Potter trivia. Fair enough. Yeah. All right. And also hello to Linus Sanders. You haven't missed too much. All right. Hello. I've heard so much about you guys. I kind of like the pacing is like so much slower, but the gasp is the exact same length. Just catch me off guard. Okay. Goot or game show, whatever you prefer. If you're hosting it, then whatever like is more comfortable for you. Anyway, no way! You are my favorite pop on the Super Pops. I assume meaning the TV series because the Super Pops themselves are supposedly still active in universe, but you know, in the TV show world, yeah. On your birthday, yeah, because for me, like the format, the format, like people will enjoy it, and I will enjoy it either way. I just mean like for yourself, like what will stress you less. Because I like both of those things. I have hosted like Kahoot stuff, and I have hosted, you know, game show type of things. I did that today, in fact, in class where we were talking about like using the passive modes, and I got them into like, you know, 5 groups of 5, and they were game points by answering the actual trivia question, but also forming the passive verbal mode of verb alongside it, and they would lose points by talking. So one group ended up with minus 8 points, I think. Another one minus 11. So yeah, you can see. You know whether you stream it. Yes, yeah. Okay, there's also that.
Losing connection.
Like I said, I will try to make it there.
Hello.
Can't really promise.
Connection.
Hello. Chat. Can everyone else hear me, or is it just Tamsin that's lagging?
You just turned to Broken Jacob for a minute.
Did that happen to everyone else, chat, or is that from Tamsin's end?
I don't know, because I got 4 bars on my end.
Oh, apparently it's just you. I don't know.
Ah.
Nope. Okay. So
this is the way.
I don't know. So, where was the last place Molly was seen? I last saw her in the garden. So, hold on a sec. I need to pause because for some reason my monitor is now freaking out. I adjusted the cable for it. I like wiggled it around because I thought, oh hey, I just like readjust everything, and then suddenly it started like flashing. Ah, flash pop. Okay. Anyway, I guess that's where we'll go. That's not a harmony like laugh. Yeah, she doesn't sound like that. My plan is working perfectly.
I love you giggle.
Yeah. How's that magical force field, Paper Pop? Who is she? I'm pretty sure this is Sicne. Yep, there we go. Thought so.
Yep.
Yeah, Sicne is a classic season 2 introduced bungler. She was the new
Siphon's powers and
that's her name. Yes.
Souls. I don't know.
Yeah, I think she's also able to do that. That's true. And clone herself. That's also a thing she did.
Oh wait. Oh yeah, could she cloned herself and made the other one to Hoppy.
Yes, yeah. It became Harmony, first Harmony Sparkles, and then became Hopsy, which then became Hoppy, and then went back and forth between those two names.
So many names. It's just hurting my brain right now.
And then joined the Rap Pops as well, which I think made her name like something else that's all entirely different.
So many names. It's just hurting my brain.
Yeah. Which, by the way, she's the example I keep giving of like a gradual like villain conversion, not Siphonie. I mean Hopsy, because that was like something that she was debating of like multiple episodes and like slowly seeped in through over time. Plus, she was a clone anyway, so she had like no predetermined identity like before her creation, which was fairly recent. So yeah, of course you would like, question things at some point. That makes perfect sense. So yeah, that's why like I compared that to Tara Zed, and why Tara Zed seemed like much too fast of a transition. Speaking of, where is Tara Zed actually? I'm surprised he's not in this episode, at least not until now. Yeah.
I don't know.
Halo Pop. There we go. Yeah. In my last watch through, I got to about like where the K-pops and the rap pops like both started. I was watching like both videos, like all three shows in upload order, and then eventually I was like blah, 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 going back and forth in the tabs, and I was like, okay, I'm overwhelmed. I need to stop. That's so I got to like right about where the split supposedly happens. Anyway, or should I say weak pop? How about I use my powers and show you how weak I am?
Oh, it's just like the
You wanna rephrase that?
Just like the pool party episode.
Oh yeah. Oh, do you want out? Too bad. Your powers won't work here, and your friends and sis can't track you here. That's what you think, huh? They just burst in. Anyway. Oh, sorry. I meant to say not your sis. That's a good question. Does Paper / Molly actually know that that she's not actually the twin sister of Snap? Is she aware of that? Because this might be the reveal for her.
I don't know.
And to Majesty's very limited credits, I would definitely prefer to hear that news from her than from Siphonie. Beep, 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 beep. What's your plan this time, Siphonie? Oh, the usual take over the world plan. That's not a plan. It's a goal, at least. You're not a plan. Okay, that kind of back and forth, very reminiscent of the show. Again, Jonny has most certainly rewatched the show at this point. Oh yeah? Nice fix there, question mark. Well, you forgot the most important thing about having a twin sister. Was it telepathy?
That'll work.
Yep, there it is! Telepathy powers!
Yeah!
My Oracle, yeah. Oh yeah? Well, good luck telling your fake of a sister the exact location. I wonder if that implies that Siphonie and Harmony could actually, like, communicate telepathically. Jen, can you hear me? I'm speaking in my mind. No, don't react. I've done this before. Anyway. Yes, first off, why didn't Mum and Dad told me you were a princess? Why didn't they tell you? Is the response there. I'll explain everything later. Right now, you need to come save me. I wouldn't say you need to come and save me in a situation where like you're the one trapped and you've also been like withholding information. Doesn't really sit well, I don't think. That being said, it also is implied that Molly knew this whole time, but was like also told not to tell Jen, which now raises further questions that I like. I thought they just both didn't know about like the story. Now I'm kind of thinking, oh, that's not good. Also, I like how I like how like Flash Pop is just like standing there in the corner going like
Yeah.
to to Richard there. Which, by the way, last time that that Jonny introduced a character like this, he did nothing. Well, actually, no, it's the opposite. He was useful alongside like one of the pops, and like the other ones like all just did nothing in the episode. Again, 34 minutes, so we have time to, you know, hopefully give everyone a contribution. But it also seems like a weird choice to bring a random knight when you already have Flash Pop as well on like the existing cast.
I love how Bounce is squatting.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, what? Yeah, I think
looking away.
I think she's trying to like look through the bushes or something, being like, be like, Princess, Molly, no, money, money.
They're like, no money here. Let's check the other
Just like a
bushes.
cat, just like calling a cat, money.
Got you money.
There's Ebony Pop at the door of the hospital. Yeah, I mean, except that, I mean, here they're frozen doing something. In this case, the other pops like impose one.
I remember that I had to skip the whole lot. Eli, I could not watch that.
By which Tams is referring to the spoof video that Eli made afterwards, where because Ebony Pop was just like last seen standing completely still in the hospital, that Eli muffled the audio from the actual episode and then just like had her in the corner, like was like doing this the whole time. That was the joke, so that's why it was like an extended thing.
I know.
Yeah.
Nice try, Elizabeth. Nice try. You call for me.
Hey, where are you? I'm in some sort of tunnel, but Sicne said you wouldn't be able to track my ring with Celeste. Oh, we can track Sicne though. Imagine. I don't actually think they can. Ooh. Yeah, as far as I know, like Celeste can track like bungalow activity, but can't like pinpoint where bunglers go after they've like ceased their crime. Miss Snap, okay? Oh, she and Paper have telepathy powers. So they can tell how each other one is doing. Which, by the way, now I think about this, if we needed a character with telepathy, why didn't we use Cosmic Pop?
Good question. Why?
I mean, Dumbledore said casual. Yeah. In the general location. Yeah, but that's like if that's like a public event. Villain activity, I don't think extends to like, just being in the lair or in a hiding place. Hiding can be non-villainous in nature. No, got it. What is she saying, Snap? She said she's in some sort of tunnel, but it seems to be like Electra. Oh, okay, yeah, so like when Electra was captured, is what you're saying. Okay. Yeah. We can't pinpoint the exact location of the castle she's in. I mean, if you can pinpoint a general area, a castle should be easy to locate if that's the case. You need to know. You need like what 3 words in order to determine that. Well, okay. I was about to say like, what if they just like inside this palace, like she never actually took her away, like any further than this. But yeah. Well, I got good news. I know a secret passageway that leads to a hidden part of the palace.
Yay! Let's go.
Normally secret passageways like lead like outside of the palace because they're meant to like use like evacuation procedures. But yeah, fair enough. What are we waiting for? Lead the way. Okay, that does justify, Richard being here, I suppose. Wow, it's so dark in here. It looks like everything could collapse. Don't worry, guys. I'll make the same mistake I made with me and the girls saved Electra. Jonny is really like riding the wave of like just rewatching this. Like it's like I feel like he watched this and then he immediately started writing.
Yeah.
Majesty, we're in some sort of tunnel. Just to confirm, you aren't able to find paper? No, but there's a roll of parchment I have over here. Oh, no, you meant the pop. Hello, Groove, yes. Unfortunately, we cannot find siphoning or paper anywhere. Oh, I guess Cheshire is also here now. You know, you've got to love how, you know, like I said, like I like how the cast like slowly being introduced, but they just appear randomly. It's like Cheshire's like, oh, hello, sister, I'm also here. What? They're near where we are? They're near where we are? No, I told you never underestimate the power of telekinesis. No, you didn't say telekinesis. That's moving objects with your mind. Telepathy is what you meant to say before. People always get those confused. It was actually got it right earlier. That's it. I'm going to go stop them. I would siphon her powers first to like use them against it, but you know, that's just me. You do you, siphoning. Try not to go anywhere. You know, in your cell.
Yeah, sure. We can go anywhere we want.
Now I gotta think of we can go anywhere that we wanna go. Now I gotta think of a way to get out of here.
Watch me. I can press the button to get rid of the force field.
I think there's a hole in the ceiling of that force field. That has never happened before. The force was used like impeccable from everyone, like, you know, bungalow or otherwise. Interesting. Default boy with a paper pop head, just wearing all default clothes. Oh, yeah, she.
I didn't notice that.
I think even the logo actually. Yeah, a hole in the ceiling of the force field. How convenient! The first time this has happened, because the first time we've had the pops not locate her, so we need a solution.
Convenient indeed.
Yeah. So I just got to concentrate on trying to jump out. Oh, okay. So you jumped through a hole in the ceiling. You jumped through a hole in the ceiling, implying up, and you decided instead to move forwards. So I have questions. You could have said a hole in the wall of the force field and then jumped forwards. That would have made sense.
No, go through it.
Well, I mean, yeah, this pre-existing effect. Like she had that, like there had to be like it had to stay the way that it is, unless Jonny actually wanted to like go ahead and like, you know, edit it like disappearing slowly, which can be done in Gacha. It just takes like a couple of extra frames.
Yeah.
But my biggest concern is the fact that she didn't like climb out of it, you know, from like up and over, just kind of like went forwards, which is not where a roof is, you know? Yeah. No, mustn't French. Must not French.
Wait, have we made God angry?
Well, I mean... OMG, it worked! Yeah! Who would have guessed? Now I've got to find a way out. Now that I found a way out, I've got to find a way out. Oh, okay. So here's the thing. I thought that because like the way that like the background was changing, that there was implied on like the other side of the bars. I complained about this in Slaughter Apocalypse, actually. How like the backgrounds stayed the same with like the same location, but it was like they had like it was like every room was like a square or something, or the very least had like two. It was like completely symmetrical on either side. So I thought there was just the case like being on the other side of the bars in this case, and that was what was meant to be implied. That was the cell, but no, she just kind of like walked free the same way that Siphoning did. So I don't know why they weren't in the same frame together. And if the force field was that good anyway, why does she even need to be in a cell? Again, by Siphone's logic, of course there was a hole in it, but she didn't know that. What if there's a hole in the prison too? Yeah. That's how Siphony broke in.
I love
Ladies,
that sound.
I'm picking up paper signal. She should be to your left. Right. Yes, actually. Oh no. Oh no, how did you know that, Sir Richard? Lucky guess. Let's go. I'm so glad that the poison escaped you, my brother, Reginald Traitoro Helsing. Anyway. Yeah, he seems kind of sus, girls. Now I start to see why he's here.
I know what that is. I know why he's
Well, yeah, it's kind of it's implied because he knew about like the direction before Maggie said it. That's why he's sus. Anyways, Molly, we found you. I'm calling through like the hallway, I guess, because we're not gonna jump over and. Oh, wait, that's water, isn't it? These are the sewers. Yeah, that's water in the way.
Yeah.
Oh, and again, see the thing? Same background because it's the same location, but it seems like everyone just disappears. That's why it doesn't quite work.
Maybe they're on the other side.
Yeah. Speaking of disappearing, Jonny went through the sheer like magnitude of an effort to remove the shirt logo from the shirt of the default character. You know, truly going the extra mile there in terms of costume. She's a princess, by the way. I knew you guys were around here somewhere. Not so fast, little escape artist. Good thing I was also here. Siphony, stop right there. Wow, Richard just like squares up like really like poorly comparison. It's like
I'm ready to fight you in the name of Bridget. Yeah, of course that Bridget.
mm-hmm. Is that the Queen's name? I forgot. I've been looking forward to this. I love seeing Siphony get pummeled. Yeah, same. Ha! I wonder if I were you. These walls could collapse at any moment. Yeah, oh no, the walls are gonna collapse. What a shame that we can't possibly. We can all teleport, you fool. Except for Sir Richard, I guess. That's why he's there, to add stakes. Don't be reckless, Pops. What you say goes both ways, though. But I'm a knight of Thesta, and I can take you in custody. Fortunately for me, the prison is right next door, because we were just heading there, so, you know, hop on in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh, fine, you beat me. I'll get you next time, disco/super jerks. I like how she's at least accurate in that depiction.
Disco
Which by the way, again, like this would have been. This is what I thought was that would be like improved over this. Like with 34 minutes of runtime, there was a huge chance like have an actual like battle sequence. Maybe Cypher gets the upper hand somehow. I don't know, maybe like a couple of at least like blasts were exchanged because that's what they did in like the later seasons anyway. Like, yeah, they did nothing. Yeah, fight, not this again. Exactly. What was like this normally is where Jonny like ends his videos. Like so far, we had a very similar structure to like a typical Jonny video. We had we had the introduction of the conflict or the revelation. Then we established like where the capture was happening. They had a little bit of a sequence we're going towards here, and now they end without much of a fight at all. That's like an average thing, and we are 10 minutes into this video. We still have 2/3 to go, and yet by Jonny's video standards, it feels like it's wrapping up. If he's not going to add like the stuff that I was thinking, what is next?
I don't know.
It seemed too easy, yeah. Oh. I'll get you next time. That's right. The next day. I'm back. Yeah, you're still here. I'll get you next time. Just leave. Just leaves for a day. She has like a timeshare somewhere that she like goes to whenever her lair gets like invaded. Anyways, Princess, are you okay? Yes, thank you all for saving me. We're glad you're okay. What a crazy day! We still got to see you girls again. And also, there were more of you, weren't there? I mean, why did Stephanie take it and give up so easily? Because it's a Jonny video and that happens all the time. Like, they're calling out here like it's meant to be suspicious or like there was actually like a trap of some kind, which might be the case, but like, to be honest, it doesn't seem like seem very different to normal. Anyway, at least we couldn't have done it without Sir Richard, except you absolutely could because Paper escaped on her own. Magically found like the signal. Magically could have told you about that link and also told you where to go towards the left and had the whole map. So yeah, you could have done it. You could in fact have done it without Sir Richard. Thank you for trusting me. Now I must go report to the good news to the royal family.
I don't think about that. He looks a bit sus. I don't trust him.
What does he mean by royal family, Molly? What do you mean? What does he mean by royal family? Why do you think that Molly's a princess? Hey, Princess Molly, who is the daughter of a king and queen. What does this guard who serves the king and queen mean by royal family? Could it perhaps mean the king and queen? I don't know. Oh, I didn't pause. Wow. Oh, I actually have 2 big brothers and 2 big sisters. Okay, how long has she been here? Because the thing is that, like, okay, so in canon, like, at one point, one of the actors in Super Pops, like, had to, like, left the show, and her character was already established to be a princess. So they just had the excuse that she was, like, going off and, doing, like, princessy things, basically. Because it turned out she was actually the crown princess, and that was, like, a whole thing as well. So that's why they kept like her brother James in the show for much longer. Then it turns out that Electra was revealed to be a princess, so they had an excuse for when she wasn't around, but she was around for significantly more time. It wasn't like she came back. So yeah, I don't really this is meant to be like a reveal to everyone. Even Powerpop didn't know she was a princess to start off with. She actually had to find that out later on in the show. Well, later on, it was season 1, but still, it was a reveal when it happened anyway. So I don't really get this idea that she's like been keeping this secret for so long, even from her own like twin sister or supposed twin sister, and she was going to explain why that happened, but hasn't really done so yet. Maybe now is the time, because I really want to know. Because the more this is going on, the more it makes Molly look like a real jerk, to be honest. Well, let's see. Go ahead. What's the order? Okay, get that. Yeah, that's the important thing here. Augustus and Esmeralda are the oldest. I guess they are, in fact, genuine twins. Then it was Cecilia, then Archie, and then me. So why exactly was she the target then? Just because she was like a baby whenever the attack happened and therefore be more vulnerable? Or is she not only a princess, but actually the most special princess of them all? I don't know. Also, Sir Richard, let my mother know that I'd like to invite my friends to the coronation. What coronation? Okay, this is a thing as well. Okay. Every time that Jonny reveals a princess, he seems to jump immediately to a coronation of some kind. Whether it's like a sibling of theirs or something else. Like, it feels like it's the only princess plotline that he actually seems to know. And granted, in the source material, they kind of like wave that aside because that's like their excuse when actors aren't around. They're doing like princess stuff, so they're off learning other things. But in like the wider landscape of media, there are more things that princesses do in general that would be, like that would make for like interesting like ideas if you want to make a show that features stuff about princesses and not just coronation after coronation, for crying out loud. Because the thing is also, whenever like coronations happen, the characters tend to like be written out. They quit. They have to like quit their superheroing if they were superheroes at the time, or they have to like stay in their kingdom. So so it's really kind of like like them being like written out of proceedings. Is that the excuse? Is that why it keeps happening? Jonny gets bored of certain characters and therefore like makes them all princesses to write them out of the show because that's what the source material kind of did anyway. I don't know about that one. That seems like a little bit too cheap. But okay, there's a coronation apparently, because this is the first we're hearing of this. I'm on it. Yeah, wait, a coronation? Exactly. Yes, I'm being recorded as the Princess of Thesta, and you're all invited. You don't coronate people as princesses. That's a title that you're born with. You don't need a coronation for it. Okay. A coronation, as the name implies, is meant to be the for the passing of the crown. So yeah, no. Because that actually the word corona means crown in Latin. That's where that comes from, coronation. Let's go tell Majesty in Cheshire, who I'm assuming are also invited. They probably are. I mean, they are royalty themselves, so it makes sense. But yeah, pretty much. And also crown beer. Both of those are the case. Hey, isn't that... Hide behind me, Groove. Oh, hey, an actual use of powers.
Ooh.
Which also seems bizarre right now because you have Flash Pop in the episode, the most famous shapeshifter in like the Pop's like not even franchise, but franchise in general, and yet she's not the one to like transform. I don't know. Okay. Okay. Again, with this, I think actually it would have been better if it remained on screen, because then you could say like, okay, he doesn't actually see them, and you can actually like increase the tension by him like being like really nearby. The closer you are to somebody who's about to discover you, the closer the more tension there is in a scene, like the scarier it can become. For example, in the Music Girl Season 2, one thing that I actually did was well, actually, wait, I'll be vague because Tams hasn't seen it, but at one point in the series a character gets kidnapped. And the character gets kidnapped, doesn't want to alert a person who could rescue her because that person because her captor is in the room. So anything that she might do to acknowledge her presence might result in like something being worse for her. And the thing is that person, the potential rescuer, is blind. So basically, there's a scene that the scene involves her being like perfectly still, remaining perfectly still, like controlling her breath so she doesn't like breathe in front of her or anything, like making any slight movement whatsoever. And yet she's like right in front of her. So all you can hear is like the heartbeat at that point and the music as well. Mozart, because why not? So that basically is the idea. So if you had like him like in front of like the bush or something, like almost turning around, it's a classic trope. Like it is a trope ultimately, but it's a trope for a reason. It's one of the good tropes, I think. But yes, in general, Barrel Flash was definitely a highlight of the source material for sure. For sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The force of the Inferno and the Bunglers are almost at universe domination. Also, Flapbot saying that it's good so a bungler can show up and ruin things. I suppose the parents are setting her up. See, but if the parents are working with Majesty the whole time, I don't know why they would set them up now, unless they were somehow like forced to by the bunglers in some way. Like, who knows? But also, but also the other possibility is the fact that the royal family aren't who they say they are, and they're not the actual real ones. They were replaced while the Pops were out rescuing Paper, which is why they had to go there in the first place. Because otherwise, what's the point of doing the kidnapping if you're already going to replace everyone? You need someone. They need to be like away and out of the, so that you can actually do your nefarious deeds, I suppose. Purple eyes. No, I shouldn't have trusted him. Oh, hang on a second. And just gonna look at your profile picture there for a second, and oh, very interesting. Anyway. I like the idea that like kidnapping like one princess would like warrant them universe domination.
That was Jacob's fault. I'm born.
I know. Which is an imposter? Well, he might just be a traitor. You don't know if the you don't know if that's a fake Richard or not. That he could have like had a change of heart or been working for the bunglers for a long time. You don't know. Ah, heterochromia. Oh, I see. You're only half untrustworthy. I understand. Yes. We have to warn the others. All of them weren't in the same room, but anyway. Oh, okay. Now we have a background that we've used before for other stuff. But yes, in a classic move again, we once again have coronation preceded or followed by sleepover. That would be like a Jonny gotcha bingo, honestly. But yeah. Wow, Molly, I can't believe you're a princess. And also that your name is Molly, because I'm pretty sure that was wasn't that like a reveal in this episode? Maybe not. Maybe I got that part confused. Although you still haven't answered my question about how Mum and Dad didn't tell me. Your question was why they didn't tell you, not how. But okay. She's not a princess, she's got no crown. Ah, that's what the coronation's for. Makes sense. Maybe your cousin Preston told your parents to keep Molly's identity a secret, Jen. Yeah, but the parents didn't have to listen. And also, clearly, Molly herself knows and possibly has known for a long time. I unpaused, by the way. Okay. Yeah, Mother requested that to our family to protect me from the force of the Inferno. Again, why did you find out then? If Jen was young enough to forget or to be gaslit that she had a twin sister all this time, why exactly, like, how? That it's okay, Molly. It took me 13 years to figure out my mom and dad were Rangers. Okay, that's superheroes. That's different. They kept identity for themselves. They didn't like favor one child over another, like to know. Because also, what is the risk if Jen knew about this? If anything, Molly knowing is the bigger risk because then she might potentially do something like, reckless and put herself in danger. And sometimes actually in like different magical shows or something, knowing about the supernatural or knowing about like a destiny of some kind that you have makes you vulnerable to said destiny. Percy Jackson is like the prime example of this, but also Supernatural Academy, a series that I once found on Netflix, and the only person I know that has watched that as well, aside from me, is Jonny. So he's fully aware that's how that works sometimes. But yet it seems to be the opposite here. It's like, oh, okay, I guess as long as your sister, who's not relevant to the situation at all, doesn't know, it's safe. What? That's the teleporting. See, we've got sound effects every now and then. Occasionally. Molly, I'm so proud of your bravery. I honestly thought this was a different scene. I didn't know it was going to be the same background. Not the same background, different background, I mean. Sorry to interrupt, girls, but we're not done yet. I guess that's why Majesty and Cheshire are in a different part of the room, so they didn't occupy this scene. So good forward planning, I guess, but, if they were like sat down or spread out and not just in a bus queue, you wouldn't have to, deal with that issue. We aren't? Yes, unfortunately, Bounce is correct. Celeste actually picked up villain activity in the castle still. It's day and night on opposite sides of the room. Yeah, this is actually there's actually the reason that when I send out the scenes for Music Girl in the community so I mentioned before, I actually also made a custom background for people to use because well, the background itself was only available in Gacha Life anyway, to my knowledge. So, oh wait, no, actually, wait a minute. I think Prism used it in the Guardians. Yeah, in the famous Mizuki takes a walk scene. Yeah, that actually did happen. Okay, so it's in Gacha Club. However, the background does not match at all. It's supposed to be its background is like for Malvik's apartment, which is supposedly high up. So yeah, like the background in that one is like an open field, which is why I took it out and I replaced the windows with tinted green so that I can later come in and fix it. And I think that scene, I think Aiden picked up that scene, so yeah, he knows what to do with that. Oh no, my mouse, it stopped working.
Oh no!
Okay, well I'll just try and press from here. Okay. No, that's right clicking because of course I have to reach now. There was a traitor here in there's a traitor here in Thesta who might be a villain in disguise. Or he might just be a traitor. Again, we haven't established that he's an imposter. We're all making assumptions here.
With an imposter among us.
Yeah.
Oh, this is getting tense for Among Us right now.
Well, yeah. I mean, we know that Jonny is a fan of saying the word sus and referencing imposters a lot.
Same.
Yeah. Even though that fad died out 5 years ago, but whatever. A hidden traitor? And right before the coronation? Traitors don't tend to show up during important events. They keep themselves for the mundane. What? Have I read this episode's notes? Asked Josh. I can't put that comment. I'm trying to scroll down. There we go. Always get the physical bus review. I didn't read the notes, so let me bring those up, I suppose.
And Jonny mentioned me about the intro.
Oh, well, yeah. You mean okay? So you mean he credited you? That makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What tab did I have the video in? Was not expecting this. Nope, not here. And I also have to like reach rounds for the to the scroll pad because if I move my computer, the cable will also come out again. Jeez. Okay. Right. Let me rearrange some stuff. Okay. Right. I think that I might have just shrunk the video or something by accident because it's on a picture in frame thing or whatever it's called. Picture in picture.
Technical difficulties, guys. Technical difficulties. Okay, I'm gonna entertain the chat. I don't know what to entertain.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
What should I entertain with? I don't know, because Eli, can you entertain the chat? Because I can't entertain the chat right now, so I'm leaving you to do it, Eli.
Well, this is why your reactions are mostly silent. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So, okay. So here are the notes. One of them is featuring at Scarlett Shepherd, at Olivia Cordell, and Gabby Shake, or I don't know how to say that.
Yeah.
Gabby Shake. Okay, fair enough. From the Super Pops. Okay, so we're missing like 2 other characters now. Scarlett Shepherd plays Electra Pop, so she hasn't shown up yet. I forget who plays who elsewhere, but we've already had Flash Pop, I suppose. I believe Maxie's played by Jen Bartlett, so I guess like she doesn't count in this because she's already such a huge part of this. So I guess we're missing 2 Super Pop members already that we're going to meet sometime later. 2 also features the butterfly music video I posted earlier. This is what I was going to talk about earlier, incidentally. So Jonny mentioned that so Jonny posted before this a clip from this episode, and it's the same thing that I said to Tamsin herself, actually. You know, don't give away like this kind of stuff before you actually do these things. It's like how I made like the full like the full like musical instrumental version of We Three Kings, and I uploaded that after the Beat and Go Christmas special because I wanted people to experience the song for the first time in the Christmas special, and then have the chance to go and see it separately when they're hyped up for it. If you do it the other way around, then you're not excited for the music video anymore because you've already seen it. And in fact, like the day before, it's fresh in people's minds. So that order doesn't make sense. This is based on the 4th episode, season 4 Super Pops. If you notice, some lines will be similar. So Tamsin already pointed out that some lines are taken like very, very directly. Yes. So episode 4, season 4, apparently was the one that he watched was like, I guess that's the Electra Pop episode.
Yeah.
As a disclaimer for the Power Rangers fans, the Civil War in Thesta is not canon to the Ninja Steel timeline. It's an original story that I came up with. I assume he means because Power Ranger fans aren't as used to the franchise as we are. So, okay. And then, intro made by Tamsin as number 5, and Molly's College dress made by Cutie Beauty Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cutie Beauty Gotcha. Cutie Beauty Gotcha. Cutie Beauty Gotcha. Cutie Beauty Gotcha. Let me know if you want Molly to leave the team to focus on her family, want to stay as a pop. Ah, yeah. See, there it is. There it is right there. I said before, every time a character becomes a princess, it's like, oh, are they going to have to leave the pops now? Because that's all that princesses do, is they always leave and go off and, do princess stuff when they find out about it. That's like the only way to write all out the characters. Okay. Olivia plays Flash, Gabby plays Glow. Okay. I thought the Glow was even like in like that, like that early on in season 4. I thought she was like later on, to be honest, like after the episode stopped being like numbered. Anyway, back to the video. I'm going through a list of possible suspects, and so again, she's been here long enough to know people well enough to determine who could be a potential suspect. How long has she known about this, and how has she been keeping it from her sister for no reason? Bounce and I know who it is. You do? Who is it? After you guys left, we heard Richard tell Sicne that it worked. And they were one step closer to universe domination. Then we rushed in to warn you guys that Sir Richard is the imposter. Okay, let's go into pop mode. Disco Pops, let's get groovy. And Super Pops, we can't be stopped, naturally. Like I guess for Finley it makes sense for her to be like, serious and stone-faced for a bit, but okay. So Richard is secretly a villain. Yes. By the way, I like how P-Pop's the only one like the same like uniform for the Disco Pops. This is all getting a sense of deja vu with Emma's coronation. Really like on the nose there. Really on the nose about that. And yes, Emma was again Electra Pop. She was confirmed to be the crown princess. Which but even then I wouldn't have given her a coronation because that still makes no sense to me, but whatever. And also, by the way, you're saying you don't figure out entertain people, but you actively you choose like join the VCs, which I think is like entertaining an audience. So you kind of knew what you signed up for, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm not very good at entertainer, so I asked Eli to do it, but
I assume that's why you're here and not like in the chat like you normally are.
I'm multitasking. Everybody does that.
Okay. Only I don't really buy this. What do you mean, Paper? Well, Switch is a close friend of the family and he saved my life. Are you saying me and Groove are lying, Paper? This would be like a good chance for them to get angry. Have an angry face or something. But see, this is what I mean here. This is
in the chat.
This is what I mean here. This is a good chance for some internal group conflict. Yes, maybe they should like establish a reason that Sir Richard would be, but maybe like Bounce and Groove would not like Sir Richard. Maybe that would have been a good way around that. But yeah, like actually, this makes perfect sense. Not to mention as well, based on Bounce and Groove's lore, they've their parents have dealt with liars in the past as well, so they know a thing or two about that. Yeah. If you're going to join the review, you should review. That's what I was implying before. As for here, this is a good chance for us. Again, we rarely ever get like internal conflict between the Pops. Super Pops kind of dabbles with that sometimes, with like those like hypnosis or something. But we never really get like ideological differences or anything. I mean, the closest we got was Jazz Pop Season 2, where like the whole thing about like a potential imposter, ironically enough, in that video in that season. I mean, but yeah, that's it. To be honest, like I like how the groups are like very close knit, but you also have to sometimes you have to realize like yeah, people are going to have disagreements, they're going to have misunderstandings, or they're going to have moments where like they don't believe somebody because they can't bring themselves to. That's very human. This makes sense. I'm just saying we need more of it. In other examples, I like it. I like that it's here. There's a good chance for them to get like actually angry rather than like being. Are you saying that we're a liar? That we're lying? How dare you? I am so angry. I just want to know where your proof is. All right, ladies, let's calm down. Hello, patient. The scarlet rage that I feel within my being, it pulls out of me, it pulls of poison, seeping through every orifice. I cannot contain it. That's an Avantress reference. Oh, I forgot my mouse doesn't work. Calm down, we're barely riled up. Groove, Bounce, I'm sorry to do this, but do what? What are you doing? But until I see proof, I don't think either of you should plan on coming. Okay. I would argue that them going on the mission would be an easy way for them to provide proof to you, if you need it. But what do I know? Yeah, calm down, the Pops. Yeah. All right, everyone, please calm down, Majesty asked angrily. It's the reverse of Dumbledore asked calmly.
Okay, I'm calm. I'm calm.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to eat your plant's yummy food anyway. Classic Groove Pop?
That works. Classic Groove Pop. Everybody say in the chat. Classic Groove Pop.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. To be honest, Groove's grandfather and grandmother own the most successful bakery in Paris. So she's got yummy food she can go to. I'm just gonna clear my head. What? So when you find out that there is somebody who's actively planning to overthrow your family and there's a traitor in your midst, you leave to get some air? Your life is in danger. What do you do?
Yeah.
Well, that was awkward. This isn't good. If what Bounce and Groove said is true, then Paper is in danger. As well as Festa. And I assume her siblings, too. I think I have a plan. Electra, Glow, you got... There we go. Now she's here. Now she's here. My plan would actually be for Flash to actually become Paper and then take her place in the coronation. But, you know. I thought it was like I thought it was the Undertale sound effects. Like I thought it was like the Undertale music, like then like up an octave, like boom, 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 boom. You know. Yeah. Anyway, not exactly. Paper, Groove, and Bounce just had a fight about who the traitor is. Oh, by the way, there's also a traitor. You have to give people context. You can't just say, oh yeah, here's the traitor. We're late for the coronation that we all know was going to happen. Also, Bon, I think I think you've seen Cheshire before. I think you might have like seen him in a couple of episodes, like in the Pop Olympics specifically. He's been around for a bit. Yeah. Traitor, just like with Sir Alexander. Again, really, really on the nose here.
This is gonna be episode over here.
This is not as bad as Strike Back. No, that is true. Strike Back, you know, like spat in the face of its source material. This is just, you know, ripping it off a bit. Yeah, I was thinking Electro, you and Snap could talk to Paper while Pull and you find some evidence. Hold on. So Electra, you and Snap talk to Paper while Pull and you find some evidence. You want to maybe run that one back a little bit, Flash?
It rhymes.
That'd be a great pop power, by the way. Actually, the ability like similar to like the second chance from Miraculous, but like to rewind time to a certain degree or something. Like a few seconds, not really, you know, like a huge, like huge like super broken thing. And right, he turned good because Zelda King Matthew was tired of him failing his plans. Yes, that's why he was abandoned initially. Yes, well, he turned bad because the Shadow King corrupted him originally. So basically, him being good is actually his natural state. Be careful, though, Glow. Groove is kind of like you. And by that, I mean she also wears orange.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the fact that like, it's like a pink in between like the orange and red. Even though, wait, that's not between orange and red. What am I saying? Never mind. What? 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 I didn't think we'd find you here. She just got here like a second ago. And also, Jen, you... Wait, is this like not in the kingdom? Is this like somewhere else that they like frequent together in like wherever they grew up? Is that... And Electra's also here now? Hi.
Yeah. What's going on?
Yeah. Flash informed me about what happened and asked me to help you feel better. And here we go with you know, Jonny trope number probably 1, honestly. You know, the character can't perform their duty because they're feeling sad and therefore must be consoled. And this must become out with the utmost attention. That being said, in this case, like I do appreciate, again, in the longer running time, having some character moments, Jen and Molly need to talk things out. There's a lot that Molly has to answer for that she hasn't done so. But maybe in this emotional state is not the time to do that. And Jen is to be there for her, but also acknowledge the fact that she's not, you know, that there's nothing to process and she needs to, like, you know, come to terms with and confront her about, really. That'd be like the conversation to have here. And Electra, being the smart one, can smooth things over. But yeah. Ultra super fast stalking skills. Yeah, like you would think that. Well, I guess in absence of Bounce and Groove, Groove has stalker genes in her blood, thanks to her mother. So, but she can't be around, of course, because she'd have the falling out. It's a little frustrating, but also feel bad for using Groove and Bounce. Yeah. That was not very princess-like of me. I can't imagine the worries you're having, Molly. Being a student is hard enough, plus being a superhero. And also, yeah, and now, like me, you're learning to be a princess. I guess we're in the timeline, we're still around like Super Pop's like actual like existence, which implies that the line before where Flash was the most. Oh wait, actually, maybe this is after Flash. No, this season 4. So this before Flash left to become a member of the K-Pops. So or to become a member of the K-Pops, as is the law. It gets really confusing in season 4. Season 4 just like is all over the place. They were trying so many things at once. It's still I can still follow it better than this sometimes though. Yeah, and the only time I've been normal since coming home is with Sir Richard. He seems so interested in like finding out about the real me, every like last minute detail. He even took notes for some reason. I never had someone do that before. He just was such a good listener, and had no ulterior motive for that information whatsoever. He gave me free range to explore, which was not his duty because I'm a princess, but whatever. I mean, we're also friends with the Dino Charge Rangers, Snap. Do you think a knight would be bad? Yes. Well, I don't know, but I'm not going to change my mind. Your uncertainty has made me certain. That makes sense. Who the heck are the Dino Charge Rangers? I assume they are a different form of Power Rangers that are called Dino Charge something, like the Samurai Rangers, or I don't know, the other rosters. Anyway, Bounce, Groove, it's going to be okay. Oh, now they look angry and also asleep, but angry nonetheless.
Sleep
angry. Sleep in blood-curdling rage. Sleep in blood-curdling rage. I love that. Just left his forwards and downhill from there. They probably partly left because of the downhill spiral. It was just a feedback loop. They constantly like got worse. Maybe that's it. I don't know. You need to know all the other outside shows to understand what they're talking about here. Honestly, true. I'm of two minds about that. On one hand, it's great when like a fan product can like stand for itself. On the other hand, the franchise is ultimately a derivative product and is not designed to stand by itself. And and it's kind of like goes to like the morality of like the whole like please support the official release type of situation. That basically that. Yeah. Oh yeah, I did hear about this as well. Oh wait, actually, I heard from your video. Actually, I think I watched one of yours is talking about that. But yes, from an outside viewer's perspective, like if you go into like the actual stuff that is being derivative from, yeah, there's it actually yeah, you are going to get confused because of that, but it's also sometimes the goal of fan products ultimately. It's kind of like when I watched like Secrets of the Plex, to be honest, because I know very little about FNAF, and I've been piecing things together based on what other guests are telling me in the streams, or from you yourself, Bon, actually, to be honest. And especially like the stuff that you've like taken like from the books as well, which is already a more, not to say obscure source because I guess they're popular, but it's a more obscure compared to the games or any of like the stuff that you would find like on the internet casually. So that's a degree of separation already. But you didn't design like your show to be to stand or to stand like out to stand on its own, aside from all the other stuff. But yeah, neither does this episode, it seems. Anyways, Groove and I are getting out of here. We just want to help you. We don't want your help.
Oh.
Whoa, Flash's not kidding. We said that Groove was a hothead like me. I mean, she didn't. She just said she was like you. You kind of interpreted hothead, but all right. Yeah. Oh, I haven't got to the country pops yet. I never made it that far.
It's been mentioned, but it hasn't been made.
Oh, well, yeah. There's totally hasn't made anything for like a long time, actually. Probably because of these reasons. But I also like the idea that Halo was like a founding member of the Rat Pops. Like her leaving the Bunglers was like the inspiration for the Rat Pops. But then her leaving the Rat Pops was also... I'm just glad they didn't make her... they couldn't make her a princess. She was a clone. They couldn't decide she was a princess. So the excuse that they normally use didn't work. But I also love the fact that like Jonny doesn't have that out-of-universe excuse and he just constantly keeps doing the same thing. For entirely different reasons and less justified ones. Sorry, Glow. Bounce and I thought we were fully ready for this. But I think we'll be better off as miraculous. Oh, okay. So, all right. So I guess I have to take back the idea that being a princess is the only way that Jonny can write out characters. However, actually, you know what? I'm gonna play it first, then I'll talk about it. We'll see what happens in this. We'll see if they get talked out of it or if they just go through it. Yeah. Nope, sorry, we're sisters now, so you're stuck with us. Really? Yeah, we're family. I know I met you right now, me, Glowpop, but we're family in general. And sometimes families fight, I should know. That's a good point. Yeah, Glow was introduced like with she also has two siblings. Was she I try to remember like I don't remember was Oh wait, no, yeah. I try to remember like was she related to Amber? Was that who she was related to? I forget now. Again, so much happened so quickly. I lost track. I need to watch season 4 again. Also, they were pre-existing. Oh yeah, but she was like right there in the episode. God, they just pre-exist. Oh yeah, that's right. Because the K-pops also are pre-existing, but they got dispersed. And Majesty never brought them up ever again because classic Majesty. Of course, she didn't. Out of sight, out of mind. It doesn't matter. Paper doesn't want me or Groove here, so we're gonna go. Oh yeah. Just want you on this mission until you find proof. That was like I thought they were gonna go off and find proof because they okay. Also, all right, fine. I was gonna play through this and like not go through this, but I have to say things now. Like I can't. So the issue with this is that it seems like the first argument that they have, the first internal conflict they possibly have, they don't work through. They just decide to leave. And yes, teenagers can be volatile in that sense, especially if they've got superpowers. Okay, they can want to do that, but it seems like they're going to go through with it. It seems like Jonny himself thinks like, if they ever thought about anything, it'd be like, oh, well, we're not wanted here. We're going to leave immediately, never come back. It's almost like that's why, it's like to separate the miraculous side of things from the, I guess, the Pops and now Power Rangers that they're coming more into play. Maybe that's what Johnny's tactic is to close that chapter because representing Miraculous has been like disastrous for him in the past. Maybe that's what he's actually doing outside universe. But in universe, it seems like the first argument they have, no, time to leave. Already kind of flaky. But on top of that, sorry, I just unplugged. Sorry, I turned off the extension cable, so my screen turned off. I'm still here. I'm back now.
Okay.
But on top of that, they are the ones that know for certain that Sir Richard is in fact a traitor. Imposter or otherwise, he is a traitor. They know that Paper is in danger right now. And despite that, they're going to decide to leave, being the only ones that have that are witnesses to Sir Richard's antics. Right before Pippa's coronation, where they know that they're on the brink of universal domination, they're going to risk universal domination just because their friend asked them not to join them on a mission one time. That is pathetic. I mean, say what you want about the Miraculous Generation. Talk about the show in general. The characters do some very questionable things a lot of the time. But the one thing they rarely, if not ever, seem to relent is being good heroes, doing what is right because they have the power to do so. With great power, yada yada. You all know the thing. As well, the major points of this. It's one of the reasons why, despite whatever anyone says about Marinette, I can't despise her character overall because she is the hero archetype down to her core. Part of that requires the sacrifice that you would do. If you're mad at somebody, you're not going to hold it against them. Imagine if she decided to not save Chloe in, I don't know, in name an episode where she's in danger. Imagine if you decide oh wait, okay, you're too annoying, I'm not going to bother with you. I mean, Chloe doesn't even thank Ladybug half the time for saving her, for crying out loud. She sort of critiques oh yeah, you should have been way faster or something, utterly ridiculous, yada yada. What does Ladybug do? She might threaten to drop her one time, sarcastically, but she won't actually do it. There's a very big distinction here. And it seems like that's a distinction that was not passed down to the next generation. So honestly, they say the better as miraculous holders. I don't think if this is their attitude, they're not cut out to be heroes at all. I don't think. I'm going to be completely honest here. All right. Let's see if they actually go. I was going to wait till they actually had the end of this conversation if they got talked out of it. But again, they seem to be pushing back in that sense and okay. Let's see. And Paul and I coming with you. Come with you where? To be miraculous holders? They just said they're going back. What? Do you not get this conversation, Glow? Even better, we'll prove that you're right. So they're going to prove they're right about that, not belonging in the... Oh, sorry, no. They prove they're right about, Sir Richard. Okay, sorry. I thought we were talking about what they just said here about miraculous holders. Okay. Yeah. But see, here's the thing. If they hadn't offered to help, they wouldn't have gone through with it. So my point about them not being good heroes still stands. Because if not, they would have done this regardless. In fact, that's what I thought they were going to do. Go off on their own and confront Sir Richard. Maybe while the others go after Sicne or something. Maybe they can't find Sir Richard, but they tried to look anyway or something. I don't know. Anything here. Any effort whatsoever aside from, oh, we're going to pout and leave. Unless we get talked out of it by one of our friends, but also a complete stranger to us. But also kind of sister. I say we go to the bungalow headquarters and question Siphon. Yeah, I mean, among other things, but I would question Sir Richard if he's still around the castle right now. If he thinks he's not been discovered, which he does think he's not been discovered because of the bush scene from earlier, he shouldn't be hiding away. He should be in the castle. You would be able to follow him or I don't know, confront him like Glowpop says. It's a hot-headed approach, but then again, that's consistent with Glowpop. I don't know, something about that. But do that to him rather than go back to Siphonie, because that's probably, if I had to hazard a guess, that's where the other pops would head to. The ones that aren't consoling Paper right now. Just like me when we first pressed Misery. Yep, I thought so. It was Amber. You look beautiful. Your color scheme is the same as before. Thanks, Jess, but don't like a prince. Ah, okay. So, yeah, I should have recognized. Yeah, so this is Bond, in case you haven't met. This is Jess, Majesty's human disguise form.
I forgot.
Paper, you don't look like a princess. You are a princess. Honestly, Majesty when she's just being Jess is way more tolerable. Like even in the source material, because most of the time, like if that's the case, she just like kind of like hangs out. She's like one of the gals, basically. It kind of plays like the whole like ageless entity thing that that her and Cheshire have going on. You know, she's able to like go back and forth between them. You know, but it actually kind of makes sense when you think about it from that aspect. And is also like willing to, you know, go undercover with them too, like, you know, throw down on a mission or something, but also have fun along the way. That makes perfect sense. But yeah, in the Majesty form, that's where all the questionable stuff happens. But yeah, as Jess, I think. Oh wait, no, as the librarian, Jess, she actually did like charm people to forget about her. So yeah, maybe not. Never mind. She's still Majesty at the core. And soon to be the youngest of the royal family, except you already are that. If she's already a princess, she's already the youngest born of the royal family. Pick a lane, Jess. Yeah, that's a lot of weight on my shoulders. Then it's a good thing you're one of the strongest disco pops I know. And I know a handful of disco pops. All of them, in fact. The ceremony is about to begin. Are you ready, Molly? It's just us, I guess. Yeah, I think so. I wish the others were here, though. So do I. I'm sure they'll be here soon. Well, I guess it's time. This Gotchafist is always kind of... Oh, here we go. Oh, never mind. Wrong Gotchavision song. Wrong Gotchavision song. Okay.
What's that? You my song! Addiction! Woo!
Yeah, it's called Addiction. Feel the friction as it... as it... Whoa!
Hey, you interrupt my song!
Yeah, bear in mind, that song was... Well, okay, that song was coined in universe by the Ballet Pops. I think Symphony would probably know that. She would know about the history of the pops by this point, because obviously Ballet Pops are like early in the timeline. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. This is what I was saying. This is what you get it. Yeah. Okay. I thought that's where Butterfly came in, but you know, I hope that Jonny has a bit more sense than just do like a super awkward transition into a song, you know, Troop of Adventure style. Yeah. I thought Symphony listening to that song. Yeah. Here's a fun fact. You know another song that was like a candidate for Gacha Wings. There's an alternative timeline where that one got accepted, and and this is what she was hearing instead.
Can Symphony listen to Costa instead?
I mean, that's another option. Tell us about your plan with Sir Richard. She could just be like, Sir who? Yeah, with what plan and with who? Okay, she's acting sus right now. Okay, you know what? Actually, that is a classic groove. The classic groove pop would be saying someone's acting sus, because that's always her line, I think.
Wait, classic groove pop.
Yeah. You know what? But we'll make it like a different meme. Typical groove pop. There we go. Make it a little bit different.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we got
typical groove pop.
Then we got classic earth pop, and I've got typical groove pop.
There we are. All right.
I need the meme now.
Yeah. Except if group pop leaves after this, then we've got them, which maybe not won't happen.
Can you give me a meme as well? I need a meme.
Actually, typical tree pop would have been like more appropriate for you, because like typical tree pop alliteration. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the sound of that. Keep that.
Okay. All right. In that case, we'll go. Who else but groove pop? Who else but groove pop? There we go. All right. They want to mention like the pop songs to go to Gacha Visitors, you could disguise it. That is a very Symphony thing to do, to be honest. I think she did listen to like some pop songs like at some point in the series. Or maybe that was Harmony. One or the other. It seems like she wants to confess. We have ways of making her talk, yes. So what do we do? I got an idea. Follow my lead. No, I've got this. And Glowpop like sets everything on fire. She has firepower. She could do that. Oh, oh, wait a minute. That's who she was related to. It was Camilla because of the whole fire and ice, I think, as well. Or was just Amber? No, it was just Amber. What am I talking about? I'm. Ah, God. Okay. Anyway, we're so sorry, Siphonie. Maybe we have the wrong villain. Yeah, you should have gone for Sir Richard instead. Doy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you do. Honestly, girls, I don't know why she won't ruin the coronation because she's not good enough. Okay, Siphonie already has a plan in motion. I get like the whole baiting of the villain thing, but Siphonie is already good enough to like realize that and like to be as she's smart enough to not really fall for it. I think this would have worked on Dr. Ruin for sure. Anyway, rude. Yeah, and she was so easy to beat in the caves. That's actually true. She didn't put up a fight whatsoever. She just kind of, yeah. Right, that must have been so hard for her to lose. It was so bad. I'm about to post on X to Misery about how bad it was. You follow Misery on X? It was not a bad plan! Ugh. Taking paper was just a ruse to convince the family to trust Sir Richard. What? Okay. Okay. So, a thing about that. Sir Richard was the first recommendation of a knight to go and rescue paper. He was also the one who apparently had so much favor with paper already that when the idea of him being a traitor was approached, was breached, I mean, paper didn't believe it, despite the fact there were two witnesses verifying their story. And yet, you are trying to convince me that Sir Richard was a character who required an act of valor to be trusted? He wouldn't have been picked for the thing if he weren't trusted already. Why would you pick a potential like traitor or a new trainee or something? He was like a new person to the court because we know that he's been there for some time because Molly said so. Like, I am losing my mind. Like, on one hand, I'm tired because I've been like really busy for like this week, and I still will be continuing. On the other hand, we have season 4 and my like wrapping up, like trying to like think about all the stuff that's related to this, and then we have like this video as well. It's like, this is not going well. This is not going well at all.
But Bonnie missed the whole 5 minutes listening to Gotcha Vision Addiction song. So you missed
Which
that.
lasted for about like it lasted for like 10 seconds. You didn't miss too much.
It did.
Yeah, she sang the song. She didn't even play the music because Lord forbid this episode would have more than one piece of music in it.
And then she got distracted.
Yeah, did you get all that, Glow? Every word. Gotta say, Siphonie, you're just as bad as Misery. That rhymed. Oh, come on! I wonder if she could, like, siphon the phone from her. Like, siphon the electricity from it and, like, not get it and, like, crop the recording.
Oh, that'd be a good idea, yes!
Yeah. I now crown you Princess Molly of Thesta, the youngest member of the royal family, which you already were, but who cares? Princess Molly! There we go, I did the thing. Yeah. This isn't good. Where are the others? Oh yeah, I like how there's no sound effect for like a round of applause or anything. They're all just standing around being like, oh, well, okay. Also, I'm guessing to the right that's Chad, aka Cheshire. Yeah, probably. Based on like the magic.
I could say that too. Princess Molly?
Yeah.
I said it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, but stay alert for any threats. I would guess that Electropop would probably hack into the surveillance cameras or something and then reroute them to her pad or something, or to her ring potentially. Anyway, on this special day, we celebrate my beloved youngest child's return to Thesta. As well as the heroic efforts of Sir Richard, for which I picked him in the first place.
Boo!
It's like a pantomime. Boo! And then the audience yeah. All right. As a reward for Richard's efforts, I've decided to grant his request for Molly's hand in marriage.
Boo!
Now I'm starting to see why Molly potentially would have been made to be put in danger here. There are a couple of issues with this, however. One is that actually this could have been what Cypher described as the plan. If Sir Richard had the plan to rescue Molly and claim her hand in marriage, that already would have been enough, right? Because then arranged wedding or something by royal decree, you kind of can't go against that. You have an in, and then I guess you can slowly murder the other siblings and the king and queen and become king yourself. I don't know. Maybe that's how that'll work. I don't know. But then again, she also is the youngest member, so she's not the crown princess either. And we did establish that she has 2 older sisters and 2 older brothers. I'm assuming that he wouldn't want to marry one of the brothers, but maybe in a pinch he might pretend. Or maybe he's bi. That could also be a thing. I don't know. But in any case, it seems like maybe the other siblings were they were either already married by the time that Molly was born, or they had already had engagements that were arranged by the parents, anime style engagements from childhood. Which, if that was the case, I would say, get rid of the fiancés and do the plan from there. Because it also kind of seems like, depending on I don't know how long Sir Richard's been around for. I said he's not new. We know that much, but I don't know for sure. And but then depending on that reasoning, you also have to consider that this plan's been in motion for long enough that Jen would have been too young to remember that her twin sister, who is the same age as her, was not, in fact, her actual twin sister. Which means that they had to be very, very young for that amnesia to kick in. So, my question really is, how long has Sir Richard been waiting for this plan? Or did he think it up after the fact and it wasn't rated the original plan in the first place, and that's why she was put into witness protection? You know what? Maybe that's it. Maybe the other princes and princesses all had other engagements, and Sir Richard wasn't charismatic enough or convincing enough, and so he had to rely on the long lost princess and rescue her, and therefore he staged the events himself. If that's the case, maybe that's the good plan. If it's not, and this was the original reason that Molly went into hiding because she was a target for that reason, it's very, very creepy. So I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt and say it's the first one I said. That Sir Richard came up with this plan years later, by which time the other royal siblings were either already engaged or already married, and therefore this was his only option. We're going to go with that for now. We'll see what happens. They are now betrothed. What? Looks like the coronation just started. Yeah, you're in the wrong room right now. Hopefully we didn't miss anything important. Oh, the banquet. I'm feeling hungry. Okay, you really are trying to be Earth Pop today, aren't you, Groove?
Yeah,
It's not gonna
because
work.
Earthpop's not here. So
Exactly.
how I'm gonna say Earthpop when she's sorry, how I'm gonna say classic Earthpop if she's not here.
Yeah. Like, yes, I did say that Jonny needed to have more character moments in the episodes. And yes, I did say that Earth Pop was the only character in classic, like, jazz pops with a clear characterization. That does not mean siphon it from her siphony style. If that is indeed what happened, it could be a coincidence. Someone's coming. Jess. Phew. We're glad it's you. Phew. We have some information that Sir Richard is the imposter. Good. We need it because something bad has happened. I mean, also, Jess and Majesty can canonically charm people. She could actively charm the Queen to undo the betrothal. What happened, Jess? Molly isn't betrothed to Richard. What, did that happen in the episode as well? Yay, a wedding! Groove, that's bad. Yeah, remember the character you're trying to actively prove is a traitor? Remember? The whole reason that you were angry before? Before we show Molly the proof, let's get you out of pop mode. I mean, as far as anyone is aware, the Queen knows that that Molly is friends with the Disco Pops, right? I don't think it would be inappropriate for them to be in pop mode. Wow, we look amazing. Well, honestly, results do vary. But yeah, honestly, I'm not so much a fan of Glow's dress particularly. It's very, very it's very, very uniform. The other ones, yeah, honestly, pretty good. Let's go show Molly the proof. There's a character trait that she was hungry. It got to the point where most groups had someone who was always hungry, so it became their thing to have a hungry pop. Oh, okay. They'd have a group called the Hungry.
Oh my god!
That would be the worst combination.
I got an idea. It's about a sandwich pot.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
I'm chewing the pot.
Yeah, cheese pop, lettuce pop, tomato pop, yeah. And then bread pop as well. Both two bread pop, they're twins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Emma be a leader for sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I thought it was security footage. Okay. What are we going to do, Jess? We still don't know if Sir Richard is secretly a villain. I guess Jess made it back much faster than the others. Well, whether or not, he's actually a villain. Whether or not we know he's a villain, he's in fact a villain. Thank you, Jess. Really well summarized there. She shouldn't have to marry him if she doesn't want to. Emma, Molly, over here. Molly. I'm kidding. Oh my gosh, I've been looking for you guys everywhere. What do you mean? They've been in this... Well, Jed's been in this room this whole time. Also, come on, Electra, that's your get-up for a coronation. Put in some effort next time. If I Cosmic Pop, Earth Pop, and Group Pop, someone else that, yeah. Anyway, did you knew you were going to be betrothed to Sir Richard? No, I didn't. I honestly don't know what to do. Well, you shouldn't have to marry if you don't want to. I would talk to your mother, you know? That's the thing. I'm a princess, so now I have to marry him. How does that work? I mean, I guess like by royal decree, if the queen orders something in like a, in like a constitutional monarchy, then you have to obey. But that's universal. That's not just for princesses. It's not your duty necessarily to be like, oh, I'll marry the first knight that comes along. I think maybe like Jonny also like has the idea like princesses like still like are forced to get married. Like in general. Even if that is the case, it doesn't have to be to Sir Richard. Even if I don't want to, and I don't. What about Adam? What about you? I love Adam, but I have to do what's best for the kingdom, even if I don't want to. I mean, this isn't necessarily best for the kingdom. This is not best for the kingdom. This is one request that the queen granted on a whim. That is neither beneficial nor harmful to the kingdom. It's neutral. This is neutral for the kingdom. The kingdom doesn't care about this. So far, the 1% have heard about it. Who cares? Yeah, not exactly, or at all for that matter. I just realized what happened and Jess confirmed it. And by realized, I mean, like, someone told me. But yeah, being betrothed, that's crazy. We have some information you need to see immediately, Jessica. Show her. Oh, sorry, immediately. Jessica, show her. On it. I like how, we have Jess for Majesty and Jessica for group. Yeah. I'll let you see for yourself. Ah, okay. Oh, this is nice, actually. The way I wonder if this is filmed simultaneously or not. I don't want to go back and check because Lord knows we've been here for long enough. But yeah, having like this, the use of the gacha foregrounds, very clever.
Yeah,
and a central shot as well. We can take over Thesta, yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't want to say, Eamon, I told you so, considering your emotional state, but you two did. You tried to warn me and I didn't listen. You and Amy were right. That means you can stay. Yeah. So he is a villain. I wasn't sure until you said it right now, even though I heard the confession. Now you really can't marry him, Molly. Here's an idea. Show the queen.
Yeah, show the
queen. Well, I think it's safe to say the wedding is off. I apparently can't make that call, but I'm going to do it now because, of course. Let's go expose that imposter. Jessica, wait. He's surrounded by a crowd of people. Yes, that's how you expose someone in front of a crowd of people. Yeah. Obviously. We can't make a scene where people will be in danger. In danger of what? You all have superpowers, and he is one knight. What do you mean they'll be in danger? He's going to explode if you confront him?
We've got the crater in the chat. We've got Jonny.
Oh, fantastic. Great. Why would confronting Sir Richard mean that the people will be in danger? He is one knight. They all have powers. They can take him easily. Maybe you can't make a scene as a princess, but you can as a disco pop. No, you can make a scene as a princess because as a princess, you would be seen as defending the integrity of the kingdom by not marrying a traitor. It actually makes more sense to do it as a princess than as a disco pop that most of the people in the kingdom don't know, and therefore less likely to listen to. You've just had a coronation. You have a position of prestige and influence. Use it. You girls thinking what I'm thinking? Probably. It's a very simple thought. Distract the crowd with the Disco Pops, the Super Pops concert. Oh, it's more comics than I thought, actually, to be fair. I thought it was, like, again, transforming. But yeah, sure. That could work, even though us Disco Pops never sang before. That again, I'm out there acknowledging this actually because I thought like maybe there'd been like one example. I thought like My Heart Aglow, but then again, I guess like that's Jonny singing, so it wouldn't have been a musical number that they would have performed. So
Well, we
so
got the
yeah,
only
this is gonna be
option.
interesting.
We got the only song that I done my cover on.
Wait, it's not the only song you've done a cover on. You've done a cover of Cast Out as well, didn't you? You did a duet with Eli.
Yeah. And
Yeah, so it's not the only one then.
The song I'm talking about is Butterfly, which is gonna come
Well, yeah,
on.
well, okay, yeah, we know that Butterfly was in it because Jonny spoiled that by uploading the music video a day before the video came out. But you said this is the only song you've done a cover of. It's not. You did a cover of Cast Out as well.
Yeah, and Addiction.
Yeah, so even more so. All right. Oh, okay, I guess Jonny got a link to this. I don't remember that. All right.
Yeah, so
sent it to you.
basically for some odd reason, the previous links you sent me, it connects to all the StreamYard streams. So
Oh, fair. Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
Wait, what?
Anyway,
All right.
Wait,
Yeah,
did
because
you,
I use the same
so-
room. It's a repeated room.
wait, did you send Johnny the link?
No, he just explained that the previous links all link to this video, to this room, because I use the same one all the time.
Oh. And I
Yeah.
Does that mean that I can join too?
unexpectedly.
Physically, yes, you can. Yeah. And also, it also joins the creators, so there's an extra slot if you do want to join.
yeah. So I'm trying to think which questions you had. So the first one with why she couldn't make a scene as a princess. Again, as I mentioned in the description, this is basically like line almost excuse me. This is almost line for line with the 2-part episode 4 of Super Pop. So I just kind of wanted to try to fit those similarities. Also, the reason why they haven't sang before is, well, like you said, it's my voice.
Yeah.
And also, as you'll find out, they also are like me and they have a bit of stage fright when it comes to performing.
Oh, okay. That I didn't know. Although then again, it comes to weird actually to choose them if because honestly, like one of the prerequisites for like the other pop groups is they were also a pop group on top of being superheroes. I was like, that's like the whole gimmick of the source material.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we just have a bit of stage fright, all of us collectively. On your adventures. Wait, but on your adventures, you're alone. What do you mean you have stage fright when you're singing your adventures? Of all places to have stage fright.
What Jess is trying to say is, she means like when it comes to like singing on their previous adventures, they've just like don't know. I think it's just because since I originally didn't have them sing in the beginning,
This was your reason behind it.
Pops,
Yeah,
I think I just kind of kept that with I think I just kind of kept that with this in the reboot.
Even if we capture him, how will we stop the wedding? Well, the wedding isn't today, right?
No, it's not. It would take some time, but again, like I said, it's just mainly line for line with
oh god, okay.
the episode. I'm sorry.
I mean, look, the thing is, like, if you try and do like a line for line recreation of something, changing the setup of it is going to mean that some of the stuff is not going to match up. Especially this. Yeah.
Right.
Because I'm remembering now, I think in the episode, there's like they try to embed it immediately because they're not in the middle of a coronation, but they are actually but that's just like trying to speed run that so that like in the actual villain layer. I think that's what happened. It's been a while, but yeah. I have an idea. Trust me, okay? Okay. Disco Pops, let's get groovy. And Super Pops, we can't be stopped.
Yay!
Okay. All right. First thing. Well, two things actually. One, I love the way that matches up with the drums. The way they appeared there. And two, what beforehand when I was worried about the transition from like symphony going to, I thought when the song was going to appear, that was going to be the music video. But actually, I like the fact that it's like here and actually plot relevant at the end of a long saga. To be honest. Oh no, Bond's got to go right as soon as this starts.
No, Bond!
Man, that is timing. Okay, well let's
Okay,
let's
bye,
get
Bond.
groovy. Oh, V has joined. Hello, V.
Oh, I think.
Yep. One, two, three, four, five. Oh, there was almost time for all of them to like put down their hands and get like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 would be like at the same time. Oh well.
Sunny day, spring in the air. Waste a day without a care. Want some errands, a lot to do.
I had been listening to this song just in general because like again I was going to do a parody of it. It won't be done for Valentine's Day. I've got a different Valentine's Day song coming out, but it'll be some other time. I did get permission for that, by the way, so that's gonna be, as Beanie Boy says, gonna be my next song with my actual voice.
We're gonna do a duet.
Yes, I said to you that we're gonna do a duet on your channel. I'm gonna do a solo version on my channel.
I don't know what I said duet. I don't know what that means.
You don't know what duet means, but you've done 3 of them.
No, I said duo. I don't know what duo means.
Oh, well, duo is same idea basically. Duo just means 2.
Duo and duet are the same thing, Tasman.
Yeah.
Stood a guy with perfect hair. Oh no, think I fell for you. Is it?
Okay, one complaint I will have here. I mean, obviously you can't really but one of the main like drawbacks, like even Eli runs into this, is that there are usually too many pops for however many there are that are singing the song actually. And I've been rewatching Mermaid Melody actually, and I know the way they kind of like the 2 ways they circumvent that in that show. One is by having a limited cast, but that's not really applicable here. The second one actually is like having like that is by because they had to recycle the songs they used because they were like, you know, they had like 95 episodes in total, so they had to recycle a lot. But the way they did that to vary it up is that they actually had like individual recordings they could actually like, you know, use different sections of based on the animation. But yeah, in this case, that's one thing you can't really get around because like this because you know Eli recorded this as a solo. So if you're gonna use this song again, it's one thing that can't be adapted. What you can get around, however, is the fact that like every other Butterfly music video I've seen so far has gone into other backgrounds that aren't just the same one. Throughout.
Right. Yeah, I think I get where you were going with this. With the backgrounds, it's
It's just too cliche to say love at first sight. No.
I do like the fact that like the 2 characters like are the most like compatible with each other. They're saying love at first sight.
Yeah.
In like a I have to like figure out what the what like the female version of a bromance is.
Oh gosh.
Like, yeah, I don't know, but that's what it feels like. Whatever that word would be, that's what it feels like.
More can I delay? My feelings take flight. Butterfly, feeling that's
Oh god. Wow.
Butterfly. When we meet each other's eyes, I'm soaring cloud 9. I feel so divine.
this isn't really about like the video, it's about the song, I guess. But one thing I didn't mention when I talked about Butterfly last time is the fact that I like really liked how that chorus line is the same as like the dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun 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 for the beginning. Like it actually comes back like that's what you get when you actually make original songs and are able to do so. That's what that it is the fact you can actually call back to that and like make it very specific. With parodies, you can do the same thing, but obviously someone has to like have crafted that from the beginning in the first place. Yeah, which is also why like the practice of like recycling like different pop songs, somewhat falls apart when you have like when you have like one person like the limited pool because they're not going to be applicable universally. Butterfly relating to like this situation is the closest because it's about a romance. So I get the reasoning behind it. Of course, then the issue becomes that this is very much like an unrequited romance. It's like the very direct opposite. Right. So again, it's one thing that honestly, maybe at some point, maybe at some point, like we just need like all like collectively like pool together as like they're like in the pop server or something, and basically like writes a bunch of songs, or maybe someone says like I need a song with like these things in here. Then can someone like help write this, or can we get like everyone to perform it and we just have like the same like people maybe like performing the songs after like a demo, so then they can be like reapplied elsewhere if necessary. And maybe even like use like different solos or something. That might be like a good way around that in the future.
Yeah.
They're not relying so much on Eli for everything.
I should say hi, should I not? This might be my only shot to get the flames of love burning.
Yeah, I probably should mention that the second verse to the second time they do the chorus, it's literally the same shots that I did. Yeah, just in case, before anyone comments that, I just wanted to clarify.
They did that in Mermaid Melody as well. They did that in Mermaid Melody as well. Like they recycle like the shots of them performing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Start to dream of fantasy in the future, him and me. That is what my heart is yearning.
All I ever think of like now is the true pop version. It's like in the future, him and me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That is what my heart is yearning.
Oh yeah, this is relatively low. I can see that. Yeah.
Just made a start, but I can't change the fact Cupid's aims at my heart.
You know what? Also, another way like they've got like the chorus is like built up towards is like the in like the background of this as well. Again, what I could talk about now is that because this track was shots, I guess talk about the song now.
Butterfly, feeling that euphoric high, butterfly, when we meet each other's eyes and soaring cloud nine.
It is so surreal seeing like one person be replaced with 6, and yet only one voice still remains.
Yeah, it is beating, pitter patter, in my mind, my thoughts are spinning, chitter chatter, oh my god, yeah,
this is where I comes in, do the second part.
This also seems like the same thing again. Yeah.
Chitter chatter.
Like, it is definitely way better when there's like what more than one voice for that particular part.
Yeah, we need a second voice.
Yeah.
Just second voice if we want.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I'm imagining is that like like there could be like a server role in the pop server where it's like it's just the role of singers. So anytime that someone pings the singers with like maybe like a demo of their song or something, each singer records like their version, and then the original person can layer the a cappella tracks over each other, so it's like a group performance. That would probably be like way easier in the future.
Love these moments can't stay, but to play. Need a girlfriend out of play. Feel like terminate. Think you're terminate. Lost God's me instead. You give me but to play.
And that is
bye-bye.
probably the only time you're probably gonna have them. I'm probably gonna have them singing.
Well, unless my method works, maybe you'll get some more songs that'll be fitting
Anyway.
in the future.
Let me help
Oh,
patrol to the. I'm doing Sir
Yeah.
Richard.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, princess.
Well, what if the princess doesn't want to marry you?
Wait, I'm waiting for the. She has no choice, and once she does, and eventually ascends the throne. That's after the other siblings ascend the throne, since she's the youngest. So
There's a bit of an
technically-
issue. There's a little bit of an issue with that.
Yeah, I know, but
Pretty much universally with monarchies, if if there is like a contest of succession, if one monarch dies, then then it usually like the next in line will be like their oldest child, not their oldest
Right.
sibling. In fact, the entire plot of The Lion King revolves around that idea. If Scar could have
Right.
just inherited, just become king because Simba was like, a cub, he wouldn't have had to like chase him off or anything.
right.
Hmm.
And eventually ascends the throne. I will rule over Thesta.
But the engagement can be broken if you aren't really a knight. Okay, except that, I mean, again, this goes back to like the whole imposter idea, which we have, again, we've got no verifiable proof that he's not actually a knight. If anything, he has been knighted as Sir Richard. We don't know how long he's been around for. It kind of seems like, yeah, by all intents and purposes, he was knighted by the queen. That makes him a knight.
Oh, just wait.
Yeah, yeah. Bounce, use your powers. Got it.
And see?
boom.
Yeah, who the heck are you? Good question.
Yeah, so the name's Tornado, and I'm a new member of the Force of the Inferno. Basically, the story behind Tornado is, I was gonna do a pool party episode of Disco Pops, and this was the villain that was going to ruin said pool party.
Okay.
And
yeah.
I never really got to use him after determination, so there you go.
Honestly, a pool party episode doesn't seem to do too bad. It's a change of setting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So yeah, like I don't mind that they're kind of like being just like this, because I mean, ultimately, he's a villain just via villainy. However, like I know that there was like a line where Gru said earlier where she was suspicious that when they heard Sir Richard on the phone, to Sicne, she didn't say that he was a traitor. She said he was an imposter. There was no verifiable proof or even an inclination that he was an imposter, but he was just a traitor. Like this kind of revolves around the idea that, like, for some reason, everyone is under the belief that knights can't be bad. I feel like anyone in any the job position can be a bad person because humans are unique individuals.
Right.
So the idea that like knights have to be good, otherwise they're not real knights and they must be imposters, doesn't kind of like hold weight when you look at it really too much.
Yeah, I was just trying to have Groove talk in her Among Us fandom thing, just to keep her Among Us, like fan of Among Us side of her in present, and not the pool water incidents.
Okay, sure, but she says the word sus like 7 times in this one episode. I feel like we could have done without the one instance.
Right.
This is actually the issue that I almost ran into back in like 2019. So in season 1 of The Mutant Girl, like I don't know if you've watched The Mutant Girl, but there's a there is a running joke in the first episode, in the first scene actually, the two characters, Ray and Judas, are playing a card game. You know, where the cards like have different like types on them, and you could choose an affinity to like a particular one, and that's supposed to like give you like extra stats or something in the game. It was inspired by the fact that you had to use an affinity to join like the Gutch Life Discord server at the time. That was the whole idea. But yeah, you could pick neutral. So Julius picked neutral because he's there like, oh, nothing's going to hurt me now. You know, I'm invincible, which is not how it works. That was like his joke. But then just to annoy Reyna, he starts saying like, I'm neutral to everything. Not really to everything, but it's like a big thing for like the first few episodes. It starts like peter out because I knew that even though people were demanding like more neutral jokes, I knew that it would get like very stale very quickly if you did it all the time.
Right.
So now it's reserved for special occasions, basically. Not helped by the fact that none of the VAs since the first one have ever got the neutral joke, and they don't seem to really acknowledge the fact that that's the thing that he does. So it's kind of a bit more complicated nowadays. But that's out of universe. In universe, that's the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't have to force like something. It's not like how classic Earth Pop is like in every episode.
Yeah.
I can't believe that I mean Princess Molly was going to marry you. Even though she was forced, so I actually can believe it very easily. But
I knew this plant siphonies wouldn't work. Should have just made it rain.
I assume that's his power.
Yeah, that's his power.
But, okay. All right. Yay! We saved Thesta. You did nothing.
You just stand there.
Well,
okay, yeah.
Paul
she went to gather the confession. Okay,
yeah,
sure.
Paul technically helped to gather the confession, so yeah, technically did it.
Yeah. I will be fair to this and say that this is like one episode where I think like all of the pops did something.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, but I'm sorry I didn't believe you, Groove and Bounce. Again, how long was this plan in motion, actually? Oh, don't go.
So I'm trying to. When I came up with the idea for having one of the twin sisters in the pop group in Disco Pops to be a princess, I just like I was just thinking, how am I gonna present this? And I just like, you know what? And then I eventually was like, you know what? I'll just do the same way they found out that Electra was a princess. And
yes, except for the fact that in that episode, it was a surprise for Electra as well.
Yeah.
And Molly seemed to have known the entire time. In fact, they found out
Right.
without Molly, and she was already captured.
Right.
And it's definitely hinted at throughout the entire thing that she's been around this kingdom and around like her, you know, her biological family for some time, including Sir Richard, because she's like, oh, you know, he always, you know, used to like let me like roam freely around the castle, or you know, he would listen to me, like that kind of thing, like almost like they had like a long-standing friendship for some time.
Right.
Anyway, you know, maybe it's better if I leave the team, and this goes back to what I was saying earlier with Groove and Bounce, leaving the team or apparently going to after one simple argument. I mean, again, I've definitely I've definitely been in groups like as a child where like one argument's like, oh yeah, you're not my friend anymore, and then like the next day you're like, oh actually no you are, but like they're a little bit too old to really fall into that mentality. I think of like, oh no, we've had one
Right.
argument, I must leave.
Right.
You can't leave us, Paper. You saw our group reacted when Kim left. Okay, yeah, but also Groove herself was going to leave this time, so I mean, a little bit of a hypocritical reaction there if she actually, starts to break down or something.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, I guess if I had a nickel for every time that one of my friends resigned from a superhero group because they felt they were a princess, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Yeah, but she has been through a lot lately. I mean, let's be honest. She basically okay, I think I was to say off camera she found out she was a princess. So she
Oh
found
no,
out
that
she was
definitely
a
happened off
prince.
camera.
Yeah. Like off camera, I mean, I didn't actually film Majesty telling Molly she was a princess.
Oh, so Majesty told her.
Yeah, so I think that's how I think that was how the original I wanna say that was how Emma found out in Super Pops ?
I think so as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Majesty told her. So and so I didn't take pictures of Majesty telling Molly that she was a princess. And as you saw with the flashback, or not the flashback, the backstory behind the
So
how Molly came to Earth, and what I tried to have the Ninja Steel Rangers involved, which I am now confirming that is their relatives, not the Samurai Rangers.
Okay.
So I try to have them involved, and that's why I put in the description, like, before any Power Rangers Ninja Steel fans slam at me in the comments lane, like, is this canon? It is not. It is not canon to the timeline of Ninja Steel.
Yeah, we saw that you put that in the description. Josh had
Yeah.
me read out the notes earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think you would have to, like, confirm that basically versus, like, all the other shows that you've had in the franchise that haven't really required that. So like the Power Rangers fan base are a bit more verbose in that case.
Yeah.
All right.
Everything okay, Molly?
Not really, Mother. I just need some alone time. If anyone needs me, I'll be in my room.
Yeah, I am working on part 2 of this, where the Ninja Steel Rangers come and like comfort her. I am working on part 2 of that, so that's why it cuts to this. And
okay.
Yeah, so there will be a part 2. But yeah, I literally just had, and again, I'm sorry for missing the majority of it. I literally just had dinner, and then I went to check on my iPad and check my YouTube notifications, and I saw that you were streaming this reaction episode today.
Yeah, I didn't warn you, so that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh crap! I have to join immediately. And
Josh requested this one yesterday. Like, he pointed out that this had come out, and also a new British Pops episode, which I might wait for so I could do 2 of them together.
Depends. Oh yeah, I don't know. We're not gonna do that. Well, I will do that tomorrow. I think.
Actually, tomorrow. Well, I just explained that I might wait for that. I don't. Well, how long is the episode actually?
3 minutes.
Yeah, I think I'm probably going to wait till like another one comes out to review the both together then.
Okay.
And also tomorrow's going to be an editing stream anyway because I promised I promised Aiden that we would do that. But yeah, okay. But as for this, yeah, part 2. All right, whenever that happens. But yeah, 34 minutes was definitely plenty for this here. I'm starting to see why it was 34 minutes. If like because like the actual Super Pops episodes, they can go to that length where they're not repeating previous episodes that have already existed in the same video,
Right.
because that was like a weird thing they totally used to do. But yeah, they can extend to that point. So I kind of get that when you're trying to go line for line, to kind of go all the bullet points to that one particular episode, and that's, I guess, why this ended up being the length that it was. I did say at the beginning of this, without knowing about the shot-for-shot thing, or the line for line, I guess, that a lot of the problems that you've had in the past were we solved with longer running time. That things like having like character moments, more prolonged conflicts, and what else did I say? I said that, and general pacing. A lot of them could be solved. And to some extent, they kind of were. The pacing, maybe not so much, because in this one, like a lot of most of the time, I didn't have to like pause at all to read the lines. I just like let the video play in real time, which might be a bit more annoying for people who aren't pausing and reacting to this compared to like the usual speed that they're grown accustomed to. Yeah. But as far as like actual character moments, yeah, we did have that. We had one of the rare examples of an internal fight between the Pops for any reason, other than like one of them being hypnotized or something. That rarely ever happens in any franchise stuff, even in the source material. So I may not have liked the end result of that, because it does seem like both groups decided like with extreme finality that they were going to leave immediately because of one argument, even though one person was in danger one time, which doesn't paint them in a good light as heroes, as I mentioned earlier, in a pretty in a much more angry manner than I am right now. But I do like the fact that an argument did exist and that it did get resolved. It was a lesson for them to actually learn. They seem much more like actual characters, aside from one of them being the hungry Pop, essentially. Yeah. And the fact they all had like separate missions, and not all the Super Pops were in this. I was worried that like the cast would get like too large. But yeah, like splitting them up into like separate parts. That's a similar thing that we praise Ballet Pops for, actually, whenever they had like moments with like just two of the characters, especially Aurora and Kitri. The fog scene particularly stands out to me, but it did happen more often. So
yeah.
So that was a good sign. However, like a lot of this still, I'm like, why? Because like without you telling me that there was a scene that was supposed to be where I actually told Molly she was a princess, sometime later on, it just kind of seemed like that, like she'd known for a long time, but yet yet her adoptive parents decided not to tell Jen for some reason, even though Jen wasn't really like involved in that, and that wouldn't like risk her safety. If anything, Molly would be less safe if she knew compared to if Jen knew. So that didn't seem fair, and Molly seemed kind of unlikable by like holding that over her sister's head. I'd be like, I'll explain that later, but now you have to save me. Do something for me first, and then I will give you the answers to like you just found out that in your life you've been deceived. Yeah. So that context doesn't reign so well. So some of the character decisions in this definitely very, very questionable at best. Even though I appreciate there were some that were made in the first place. What else? Oh yeah, the lack of music in this was definitely was definitely a drawback. Like the sound effects and the teleportation, but I mean, what happened to the music aside from Butterfly?
Yeah, so basically the music thing, I did try. I tried using some of the music in. I did try using some of the music I have in KineMaster to see if you could still hear the teleport sound, but I just decided not to. I just and eventually and I think I tried like one track and I was just worried that the music would like overpower the sound effects. Like the
Okay,
teleport sound
so
effect.
okay, so don't play it when they teleport then. The teleportation sound effect lasts for like 2 to 3 seconds. In
Okay.
34 minutes of content, yeah, the silence was not worth the trade-off in that case.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's it. Oh yeah, I've also mentioned like the seemingly like dubious like way that the Sir Richard like went about his plan. It was I wasn't sure whether or not Molly was taken away from her original family for her safety because like someday like someone was going to target her like for the throne. It seemed because it seemed like her coming back was like a plan to universal domination, or whether or not that
Oh,
plan
I
was decided like
see.
later on.
Yeah. With the 4 siblings is what you're telling me? Like you were thinking Molly was just an only child like Emma, but
No, not that, not that. But that was part of it. But it did, yeah, like it. But also now you mentioned the other siblings, it does seem like she was being like favored in that case, or some sort of like like major destiny thing was uh, was the reason that she was put in like a safe place and they weren't.
yeah.
But that never
Yeah.
came to pass. So it's almost like, okay, well, what was the point? It was because she was the only unmarried royal baby, possibly literal baby, depending on like how young the exchange actually happened.
Yeah, so I was also gonna mention that I was also gonna mention like the age differences between the people of Thesta and people on Earth. The way I am planning on doing it is I think 1 year in Thesta would be equivalent to 5 years, I believe, in Earth time.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to remember when. So Molly, I'm trying to think if I want to do.
Well,
You know,
if Molly is 13 in like Earth years,
she's
then she would be
actually the
like
same.
she,
She's technically the same age as Jen, so which is 23.
oh, okay, she's 23. Okay, so that would make her that would have made her
18.
what?
That would make her 18 in Thesta years. Is what you were trying to do. If that's what
No,
you were.
if 1 year in like in Thesta is 5 years on Earth,
Oh yeah,
23
28.
divided by 5 is not 18. It's like 4 and like 4.75 or something like that. She's like 4 3/4, or would be if she stayed there and didn't age at that same rate.
Yeah.
Which also means that she could actually be older than some of her siblings that are supposedly
Her other sibling. Hang on, let me. If I can. Yeah, I'm trying to think. So it's. I'm trying to think how long. I'm trying to think how long I said it for. So she's 23. So minus 4. So her. I think each sibling is like 2 years apart, like, or rather each birth was 2 years apart. So the twins Augustus and Esmeralda were born first, then Cecilia was 2 years later, and then Augustus was 2 years later, and then Molly was 2 years later.
Okay, which means that when the twins were originally born, so when twins were 8 years old, that's when Molly was born.
Yes.
And if she spent her whole life on Earth and aged 23 years old, and only 4.5 years have passed in Thesta, that means that that means that at the oldest, like let's say like they had a birthday that was soon or something, they also be like nearly 13. The oldest siblings would be nearly 13, which means that which actually by that logic, you know, would mean that physically Molly would be the oldest, even though she wasn't the firstborn. So at that point, line succession is kind of like dubious. If that had been established, maybe that would have softened the blow a little bit. So as like, you know, the convenience of the plan. I mean, honestly, narratively speaking, she didn't even need to have the siblings in the first place. If you just made her the crown princess from the beginning, like a lot of that, like you know, a lot of the reasoning behind her disappearance would have made sense.
Yeah.
We don't even see the other siblings. They're not relevant at all. They're just kind of
Yeah, I'm planning on having the siblings make an appearance in part 2.
Right. Okay. Well, I guess just remember that I guess by your Asian convention, the oldest ones are teenagers. So.
Oh gosh.
And barely at that.
I'm proud. Now you're making me think this was a bad idea to have Molly have siblings.
My guess at the time was the fact that I don't know, maybe there's like it's like some anime, they have like like characters that are like they've been like engaged since childhood or something like that, like their parents arranged it or something.
Yeah.
Like when they were very young. That's kind of what I imagined. And Molly's the only one who didn't have an arrangement, would have been like the target if Sir Richard had been around for that long, which wasn't established. But he was, yeah.
Right.
But then again, now knowing that he was an imposter the whole time, then I guess I don't think Tornado spent years in the castle with that express goal. So it definitely seems much more like okay, maybe like we've dedicated like a few weeks to this. Maybe Majesty told Molly like weeks before, so they can like have enough time to like acclimatize on her own, and so Richard was there throughout that process. Okay, yeah, then that kind of like fixes a lot of stuff, to be honest.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's good. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we've already mentioned that she has siblings, so they kind of have to make an appearance of some kind. Depending on like what you decide for like the time dilation, that's a whole other matter.
Yeah.
I mean, if you went with like the prior engagement thing, you wouldn't need a time dilation. It would make the monarchy a little bit worse, but then again, monarchies tended to be not that good, which is why we don't have so many of them anymore. So it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the trade-off there. All right. From a trade-off, I'm going to head off because I need to I need to eat and I need to palate cleanse. I need to not think about Super Pops for a bit and not wrap my head around episode 4.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. Subscribe done so already. And on that note, until next time, farewell.
Bye.
Bye.